Hello everyone. Welcome to this Sneasel stream. I'm sure it's gonna be great, right? Yeah. So let's go through its stats because they're quite unfortunate for Generation 2. For base stats, 55 HP, 95 attack, 55 defense, all that's kind of fine, but 35 special attack, 75 special defense, and 115 speed. The reason the special attack is such a sore point is that both the dark type and the ice type deal special type damage in Generation 2. In this video, or this stream, I'm going to be doing my regular approach to the videos, so I will be doing a first attempt with my first attempt rules, and then after that I will be going back and doing a second optimized playthrough with a hidden power type of my choosing. For now, let's get into this first playthrough and see how Sneasel does. If you're here early on in the chat, please suggest a nickname for me right now for my Sneasel. I always have terrible nicknames. It's like a little bit anxiety inducing every time I sit down to do a video, and I'm just like, I don't know what the nickname should be, so the Sneasel. That's good. Claws. No, that has to be reserved for Delibird. Timmy the Sneasel. Sneeze. Polka. Achoo. I think we gotta do Achoo. That's good. Achoo is good. Okay, we got 2 votes for Achoo, so we're gonna do that. While we get started, I'm just gonna make a poll quickly to see what you think the final time will be. So first, playthrough real time, and I'll give you 4 options. Less than an hour and 20 minutes. If it's less than an hour and 20 minutes, I'm going to be really surprised. Less than an hour and 30. Less than an hour and 40. Do 45. And then greater than an hour 45. Maybe these time ranges are a little bit tight. We're going to widen them. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Poll. Vote. I'm going to take away voting rights at some point. I usually forget to stop the poll. Everyone vote. Right now my prediction is like first run maybe an hour and 50 minutes. Second run like an hour and 38. That is literally just off the top of my head. Let's go through its move pool. So Scratch Leer to start, then Quick Attack at level 9, Screech at level 17, Faint Attack at 25, but remember it is special, so not very good. Agility, because that's really going to be useful, slash Beat Up, which we are definitely not going to be using. I'll talk about it at some point. It's kind of a weird move. It deals damage based on how many like team members you have in your party. I don't allow myself to use HM users, so it feels like they would be contributing to the battle if I used Beat Up, so we're not going to be using it. And then Metal Claw, which is physical, but it's also a crystal exclusive, I believe. And if I think back on my channel, I believe my Sneasel video, my original Sneasel video, is the first crystal video I did on the channel. Or it's like one of the first ones. Okay, it looks like 45% of people are saying around an hour and 40 minutes, but also a decent number under 2 hours. So somewhere in that like 140 or like 120 to 2 hour range is like where everyone is. Very few people under an hour and 20 makes sense. Those times are really good. Also, few people over 2 hours. All right. Cast your final votes. What will a final moveset be? It's probably going to involve Curse. This is Generation 2 after all. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. That's where we're at. The winning time range is under an hour and 40 minutes. Only by 2% though. Okay, this is Sneasel in Pokemon Crystal. I gotta start my replay. Start recording replay. I always forget to do that, and then I don't have the replay file later, and I'm really sad. I've played this one before, so I'll be watching chat throughout today's video. And there will be no fully produced video for this run. I've already done a fully produced Sneasel run, so go check it out if you're curious. And if you want to see my real official first attempt, you'll also have to check out that one. Of course, today the rival is going to have the Cyndaquil line. Because I always pick Pokemon that I'm weak to. Ooh. Yeah, physical Shadow Ball could be useful. This is one run when Shadow Ball actually feels like it has a place. So I'm going to do as little training as I can in the early game. One advantage Sneasel has is it's the medium slow growth rate. The reason I want to skip these encounters is that I want to see how hard the rival is with no encounters on these routes. Because starting in 2024, I'm going to be turning off encounters on the early routes in Generation 2 to try and get more accurate results. I've got comments that people are like, this seems a little bit cheaty how you manipulate things, and like, of course it is. Like, I don't think I hope I don't come across as saying that like I am playing the game in the most legit way and that my time should be compared with official speedruns or something like that. Like, I'm very much creating my own sort of format to try to, in the fairest way possible, judge the Pokemon against each other. It's not necessarily... So I've like changed some things like time-based events, that sort of thing. Okay, let's see how the rival is. Yeah, and I think like having the consistency for me, it feels like it makes the viewing experience better for you, because then instead of just going like, oh, this Pokemon got 5 encounters where the other one had 1 on this first route of the game. I always forget what it is. It's like Route 30 or something. Instead of us spending a lot of time thinking about that, we can instead think about the strategy of the run. And I think that makes the viewing experience better. So my priority is always like fairness to the Pokemon, then interest to you, the viewer. And also, thirdly, I guess, fun to me. Like, it is important for me to have fun during these runs. I'm not going to do like 300 attempts at Pokemon Crystal if I'm not having fun, so... It's very frustrating when I have to do the early game like a million times to get good encounters and good RNG. And like, I'm not really playing better, the game is just giving me better luck. And it's not related to the solo Pokemon at all, which just... That's why I really think it's fine to take it out. Some Pokemon, of course, will have to have encounters on, but in that case, it will be... there will be a goal, and once the Pokemon achieves that goal, then encounters will get turned off. So like, encounters will show up until I get to level 8, and then I needed level 8 to beat the first rival or something like that. And then after I reach level 8, it'll just turn off the encounters, and it'll be the same as a Pokemon that had them off. Again, like in this case with encounters in the overworld in the early game, my goal is to stack the cards to benefit the Pokemon as much as possible. Okay. And the Pokemon that has no encounters on, the Pokemon that fights a bunch of Pokemon on the early route, if you're wondering, they're probably not going to be competing for the same slot in the tier list. Like, the Pokemon that's fighting early game encounters in Johto is going to be lower in the list. Also, all of this stuff becomes more and more important the more Pokemon that I rank. So early on in the series, when I've got like 4 Pokemon in my tier list, like Platinum right now, it's not really important for me to control for encounters because the range of results that are going to get reported are so varying. Whereas when you start reporting in like 50, 60 Pokemon, they'll get close to each other. This guy is always kind of scary, but not that bad. I don't take super effective damage from him today. Will Chuck's Primeape always go straight for Karate Chop? I don't actually know. I don't know what Chuck's AI modifications are. I don't think he has to go for Karate Chop, but if he did, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Okay, Falconer, let's see. I don't know. Is setting a fixed amount of encounters not more fair for the Pokemon that have to train? Like, but then it's varied. Like, then it's the number of encounters that the worst Pokemon needs for every Pokemon. And we don't know what the worst Pokemon is. So maybe once I finish every... Also, Falconer was really easy. I just, like, steamrolled him. Like, if we knew... Let's say I've done 3 attempts with every single Pokemon in the game. Then at that point, I can go back and say, okay, this Pokemon... Like, for example, which is... This is not actually how it is, but Pineco. Let's say Pineco is the worst Pokemon. Then it's like, okay, Pineco needs 30 encounters early on. So we're going to give every Pokemon 30 encounters. And then it will be fair. Well, first of all, which encounters do we give every Pokemon? Do we just give them all the same encounters, or do we, like, switch it up and randomize based on the route? So if we give them all the same encounters, then we're manipulating the game again. And also, then the time that the best performing Pokemon, like Ursaring, for example, is great in this game. If we give Ursaring 30 encounters, then... The problem with that is, like, the final time it gets is not actually representative of Ursaring's skill. It's, like, bloated by the number of encounters it had to have early on. And, like, theoretically in the, like, the perfect world, you can actually go through these games with no encounters with a vanilla ROM. It's, like, statistically going to be almost impossible for something like that to happen. So that is a fair point, of course, but... It is possible, and I think I would rather see that, like, possible peak performance from a Pokemon like Ursaring rather than see its bloated performance at the top end. Oh, no. Okay, sometimes that gets really scary if you get confused. I actually meant fixed amount of steps per encounter. Ooh, okay, that's like an interesting solution. This could be done. But I don't... Okay, so, like, there's a lot of ways to go about this. And I think a lot of them are valid. Another one is, like, what just, like, makes stuff easier for me to edit and to put in videos. And not having encounters, the footage looks way better. Because when there are encounters, we literally manually cut out every single encounter. Like, we go in, well, Sean goes in, and I'm like, hey, there's encounters in this whole section of the game. Please remove them all. Then he goes through with the snipping tools, cuts out frame perfectly so it looks like I just keep walking and I never stop for the encounters. And then we put that footage in the video without the encounters. So it's like, I am both losing time in the actual playthrough and then time in the edit, removing the encounters when some Pokemon just don't need them. So it seems like taking them out also saves time on production. Saving time on production also means I do more playthroughs. Doing more playthroughs means I get an accurate sense for how all the Pokemon stack up against each other. And I think that in the end that seems like the better thing to shoot towards. Do we get Swift? I don't know, I'm just training a lot in the early game because I'm terrified for the late game. I want to put in the time. Yeah, Screech is better than Leer, so... Sure, do we get Swift? Yeah, we do. Oops. I run out of Repel. You run out of Repel if you go and get Swift. That's another thing, like I won't be turning off encounters in this location, so that if I do decide to go and get Swift, then I have to chance encounters. In that case, I think that a fixed number of steps per encounter is actually the fairer way to go about it. Because then if you go and get Swift, you get like a set number of encounters before you get to the end of the cave. So every Pokemon would have the same offset. I'll have to look into it and see if that is like see what the implications of that would be. Okay, we're gonna skip Anthony, obviously. Considering how poor Sneasel's special attack is compared to its attack, I would be right to assume that in most cases you'll just get damage from Shadow Ball as opposed to Feint Attack. Yeah, of course. I actually don't know if I'm going to use like almost any special moves, with maybe the exception of, what's it called? I can see Ice Punch being useful at certain points. I'm going to buy some potions. Sneasel's bad. Okay, let's address one of the topics that's going to come up somewhere in the video. And I want everyone who's here right now, if you decide to stick around, please tell anyone else who asks this question later in the stream my answer that I'm going to give right now. So, someone is going to ask, undoubtedly, why so many streams? Are you just a streamer now? Are you ever going to produce another video ever again? Yes. Yes, I am going to make more videos. I, today, have been having a lot of anxiety about not being able to produce videos. The reason is that there have been, I cannot describe to you the number of tech errors and problems that I have had behind the scenes, and it has prevented me from releasing a video. I was intending to release one last Saturday, but we're just too far behind on production that it wasn't possible. And I wanted then to release one this Saturday, but that might also not happen because we've just had like everything melted down about a week and a half ago to the point where I couldn't film anything anymore. And so I've had to rebuild my whole setup very slowly. There was a bunch of data loss that occurred, and then we had to download everything again. Then just earlier today, we found out that all of the files that we use for production are not properly syncing with my video editor. So it has been a nightmare of a situation. I've been so stressed, and the streams are like a way for me to blow off steam as well as like still get you something while I'm not able to produce videos. So I really appreciate everyone who supports me because you're literally like keeping the lights on right now while I've been trying to figure all this out. I think I screech this. So I'm going to attack it several times, right? Yeah. I think I probably should have just like attacked. It wasn't doing that much damage. Anyways, that's the answer. Yes, I'm producing videos. I wanted to come back with a bang, Electrode versus Magneton in Generation 1, but I have to spend more time with that video before it'll be ready. So there'll be something fully produced and smaller coming over the next week. Okay, Rival, here we go. Yeah, the like, okay, I'll talk about this, then we'll talk about that. Okay, Ghastly. Luckily no Hypnosis, luckily no Spite Spam. Okay, Quilava. Alright, Sneasel has enough attacks, so it's able to 2-hit, which is perfect. No problems with the Rival, despite his type advantage with the Quilava. Not bad. Okay, Sneasel, you're doing better than I was expecting. Time to chase a Farfetch'd around. Okay, let me talk, Let me talk about that sentiment of, like, just release them when you're ready. Like, yes, but also my job is to release videos, and if I don't release videos, then, that has a negative impact on my income, and a lot of people depend on my income. So, like, release the videos when I feel like it is an answer to a point. But then there also comes a point where it's like, now I have not done work for 6 weeks. That's starting to get real stressful, and that's where I'm at today. So the goal is release as soon as possible now. Got to get the content flowing again. All right, we're gonna teach Headbutt now. I don't think we need Screech. I'll replace Quick Attack. Priority is not that important when you're super fast. Like, what's going to outspeed me? Probably nothing. Yeah, streaming does also give me income. Just like the reach of streaming is significantly more limited, at least for me. Because, like, I don't know, like this stream is going to get what, 20,000 views, but like if I release a solo video in yellow version, it's going to get like maybe 60,000, so it'll be like 3 times as much. And engagement and stuff like that is generally higher on the produced video. Anyways, that's just like the situation. My goal is get a video out there as soon as possible. Plus, like, I don't want to take like 2 months off. Like, taking 2 months off of content is not what I want to be doing. There are a lot of runs that I want to get to, and if I have to take 2 months off in the year or something like that, that means that I get through significantly less of like the season of content that I had planned. And I don't know which runs to cut. Maybe we'll have daily December and daily November. It'll be the only way. No videos January, February, and then 2 months of videos every day. Let's get Abra. Abra's really good as an HM user. Whoa. The bike slows you down. Just don't get the bike. Anyone who tells you the bike is faster, it's not. It's the test that I've run on it, if you're playing on 1 times speed, the bike is obviously faster. That's just common sense, because you literally move faster with it. If you're playing on 4 times speed, the problem is that due to input error from the user, because humans don't have perfect reaction times, you will not be able to accurately move around quick enough and like make all the turns that you need to frame perfectly. So you're actually going to lose a little bit of time like that, but you also lose 14 seconds picking up the bike and then registering it in your inventory. And all of the routes where you would use the bike throughout the game are not going to gain you back 14 seconds. And then if you make mistakes because you're moving faster with the bike, you will lose additional time on top of that. So my view of it is that it's like the net. Overall, it's a net loss. Try to get the bike. Also, this is just like really bad luck. Where is the Psyduck? Psyduck! There we go. Took forever, oh my gosh. I don't think that's gonna knock it out, right? Yeah. We'll be implementing like encounter flags for HM users so that they always show up first in every location. We're just not done them in Crystal yet. We are working on it though. We're gonna call this one Maid. Thanks, Male Maid, for showing up. I've been seeing you in the comments and chat for a really long time, so thanks for sticking with the channel and watching me for so long. I really appreciate it. It's great that we get to enjoy what is now kind of an ancient game together. So we're gonna teleport back. The Psyduck only shows up there at night, by the way. That's why my overlay changed the time of day to night. Sky, you are my favorite PokeTuber. What does FR mean? I don't know what FR means. I'm kind of scared of Whitney, honestly. I'll come back to chat in a second. I gotta focus. For real, okay. That makes sense. Metronome to Moonlight. Alright. I guess I can just flinch the Miltank a lot. Once? Twice? Alright. Yeah, 30% flinch chance helps unless you're Quillfish trying to defeat Red. Am I right? Someone calculated it. It was under a 1% chance the luck that I got. It was like I think I failed to get the flinch like 10 or 11 times in a row. It was some ridiculous number. I gotta redo Quillfish just because of how bad that luck was. See now, that luck in a battle is very different than luck outside a battle. Because luck in a battle, that is determined by the strategy the Pokemon is currently running on its set. So I don't want to be like manipulating the flinch chance. That seems fundamentally wrong to me. I'll run away from that. I probably should have defeated it because this is like kind of a first playthrough. But my brain glitched. Does Whitney even use Attract? Yeah, sometimes. It's kind of rare though. She really likes to go for rollout. That's the most common thing. I don't want to face the Flareon first. Face the Jolteon first. Scott, have you done cast form yet? No. No, I have not. I was planning to do it last year, but then implementing like dynamic stuff for Weather Ball, that kind of like delayed me, and then I ended up just not implementing it. I'm gonna teach Feint Attack because like maybe it'll be useful like against the Espeon here or something like that, but when you have 70 attack and 33 special attack, not good. Well, I can use it for chip damage there to knock the Umbreon out. Yeah, like I'll manipulate like chances in battle or something to like prove a point when it's like, hey, like here is what would happen in this scenario, and then it's like for educational reasons. But when it comes to like the actual runs and ranking them, I don't want to be messing with battle stuff. Basically, like the fundamental thought process is like eliminate RNG that is not related to the solo Pokemon that I'm running, and then preserve RNG that is related to the solo Pokemon I'm running. Like getting by these spinners, not related to the Pokemon I'm running. So like the spinners will just never catch me. Tion. Thank you. Since my Dunsparce video, was that my original Dunsparce video? That one's old. That one's like what, like 2.5, 3 years old now? No, maybe not 3. 3 is like Butterfree and Pokemon Gold. Oh. Oh, we don't need this actually. So the benefit of catching the Psyduck is that you don't need to... Wait, what? Benefit of catching the Psyduck is that you don't need... I just barely didn't have enough money. You don't need to catch the Krabby anymore. And you need one less HM user with Psyduck. Catching it in the forest is a little bit sketch though, because it's pretty rare chance. What's Snowy? Oh. This is... Okay. This is what a special Sneasel feels like. It feels bad. Wow. I should have kept Swift just so I have more physical PP, honestly. I didn't think through that one. Yikes. Yeah, make sure the variance is always in your favor. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, like setting perfect DVs. Like, setting perfect DVs is fairly simple. It's like every Pokemon then is competing with similar stat ranges. And like it's also fair to go, all right, all my DVs are going to be 0, or all my DVs are going to be 8, or all my DVs are going to be 9. I just personally made the decision to go with perfect DVs early on into this series, and like it's kind of weird to change something that fundamental later on, because then I have to go back and redo a bunch of results. I already have to do enough of that. So there's different benefits to having like 0 DVs. Like one argument for 0 DVs is that then you can say, and RBY Pokemon Challenges has said this, so this is his idea, but like if you're running with 0 DVs, then you can say that every member of the species would be able to achieve at least this result. Right? Like this is the kind of baseline result that every Pokemon will improve from. So that's a cool way to look at it. We don't really have any good held items, honestly. I should maybe go back for the pink bow. Like right when I reach Ecruteak City. I think Dig will be better against the Haunter than Feint Attack. That's painful when you're using a dark type. Dig will be better against Quilava. One hit. Okay, this fight's really easy. Dig is an excellent coverage move. Look at this. Killing it. And then like another one that I'm really curious about that I'm probably going to end up doing in the future is average DVs with no stat experience. Basically, what if your Pokemon was the same as all of the trainers' Pokemon in the game? That one really intrigues me. Then you get kind of a middle of the road performance that is not exceptional, but it's also not awful. And it's on par with all of the other trainers in the game. And that only applies for Red and Blue. In this game, all the trainers have unique DVs. So in that case, it would just be average rather than like trainer DVs. Yeah, because like stat EXP is like, yeah, H Robots says stat EXP is a hack. And like, yes, it is. It's so broken. Your stats just get outrageously good compared to the opponent's stats. Like, there's so many times where I'm running a slow Pokemon and I'm like outspeeding Lance's Aerodactyl and everyone's like, wait, how are you moving first? And I was like, well, this is stat experience. Okay, so Feint Attack can actually one-hit these. I'm staring at the damage range right now. 226% damage to 268% damage. Oh, that's another thing, like with my softwares and stuff, like someone the other day, maybe it was yesterday or something, commented on one of my videos. I read it, I think yesterday. They commented, Scott's videos are actually like software tests disguised as Pokemon videos. I'm like, yes, this is literally what my stuff is. Because I'm usually like developing stuff behind the scenes and then like the video is just like where it all comes together. That was like really bad floor work there. My footwork was not strong in this gym. That's okay. Kevin Sips, that was you? Yes! I love that. That was such a good way of describing what I'm doing. Yeah. Midberry. I don't know if we're gonna one-hit the Gengar. I can see it actually. Sneasel's attack stat's pretty good. Yeah, thanks for the awesome comment, Kevin. This is great. Okay, here we go. Morty. We're gonna dig. Okay. Ghastly's a one-hit. If I one-hit the Haunt... Okay, Gengar's next. One hit. Sweet. Alright, Sneasel is great. Its typing might suck. And its move pool is not the best move pool, but the moves it does get access to in combination with a good attack stat is like more than enough for it right now. Yeah, I kind of feel like a software developer recently, at least, like of time, like over the last month, of my hours spent filming videos and doing voiceover and programming, it's like there's like no comparison. It's like thousands of hours programming and like, I don't know, maybe like 30 hours doing the other stuff. That's how it feels, at least. Teach strength, teach surf, not cut. Anyways, like the software stuff that I have developed for the channel is also partly because I truly don't like giving misinformation. Now, that's gonna seem as a surprise to you if you watch my old videos, because they are riddled with bad factual data. And even some of my newer ones, stuff slips in occasionally. I'm trying to get better so that there are less and less errors in the videos, but I really want to make sure that the videos are as accurate as possible. Why did I come over here? Use Repel as soon as Rival 2 battle ends. Going into the forest? I don't know if I should do this. I'm terrified. I'm terrified right now. This is so scary. Okay, Hitmonlee is first. I think I might back out of this. Ah! Okay, yep. That is the first reset. We're not doing this. Not yet. We're gonna go to Lake of Rage first. I think that just makes way more sense. Yeah, so like I want to present really good, really accurate information in my videos, and I want to present Again, like accuracy, that's like all the manipulations that I'm making within the ROM. They're there specifically for the purpose of like trying to be more accurate. Yeah, Sneasel might need hidden power flying to get by Chuck and Bruno. I did like, so since I'm playing this one with like pseudo first playthrough rules, other than the pseudo Wudo. Because of that, I'm just gonna go with hidden power dark for this run, but in the next, when I sat down to do this today, I was like, I think hidden power flying is gonna be what we have to do, just because of how weak Sneasel is to fighting type moves. The extra in-depth information is sometimes just really terrible to be found. What does that mean? I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean by that? Can you maybe try and rephrase? I want to understand. Okay, we'll get the full restore. Yeah, Bruno's gonna be brutal. I think I should actually start... doing some optional training in certain areas like this, because we're gonna run into a wall that is Bruno. I'm anticipating that what I'll need to do is use rare candies before him. The only issue with that is that then Red's Charizard becomes a nightmare if I can't one-shot it. I don't know why I got this. I just talked about how it's banned. It's muscle memory. I can't fly yet. That's annoying. If I teleport, I'll go back to Critique City because it didn't set my waypoint. Like, it's like 5 mistakes happening all at once right now. Fight this guy. You can flinch. Oh yeah, I guess I could just flinch the Charizard. I will be faster than it, that's for sure. How does hidden power flying affect your DVs? It is 7 HP, 12 attack, and 13 defense, 15 special and speed. It's always 15 special and speed. Those never change. Okay, I think I'm like another way that I'm misplaying this is I could potentially pick up Ice Punch earlier because Mudslap is not helping in any meaningful way. It's just dead weight. But like, I don't really want to go back and get it right now because it'll waste a lot of time, and I can go back and get it once I have Fly. Or when I'm backtracking from Azalea Town through Ecruteak, I can set my waypoint to Ecruteak and then walk back to Goldenrod and then teleport to Ecruteak City. King's Rock plus Headbutt. Is Headbutt affected by the King's Rock in Generation 2? Does that increase its flinch chance? I thought Sneasel got Swords Dance. That would be great. I wish. New Friesen Overworld NPC. Oh, like the girl in Gen 1 so that she doesn't move? Yeah. We could, that would be like a ROM modification. Just like set the trainer so that it doesn't have like a movement path. Or the NPC, the sprite. She's just annoying. That's not that big of a deal. It's very rare for her to waste more than like 1 or 2 seconds. And I kind of find it funny. It's like, when she bumps into you, it's very rare, and then when it does happen, it feels ridiculous. My goal is also not to take the personality out of the game. Like, I'm trying to modify things that like don't really matter for the video, and I'm trying to do as few modifications as is possible that allow me to still get accurate results. Like for Generation 3, there are only going to be 3 routes in the entire game that have encounters turned off. The first route, the second route, and the third route. And then once I get to Violet City, encounters are all back on. Do you think the badge boost glitch would make Gen 2 more fun? I think if they got rid of Return and Curse, yes, but if they didn't, then like I think those would still be the best moves, right? Like the problem with Gen 2 really feels like none of the movesets are very good. And then because the movesets aren't very good, there's like these few moves that are just excellent in comparison to everything else. And then, yeah, just like why would you ever use anything that isn't Return and Curse at the end of the game? And that's also, that one also comes down to how Red's team is designed. So he has 5 special attackers and 1 physical attacker. The physical attacker is genuinely, I think, his best Pokemon. It's the Snorlax. Because of that, Curse solves the Snorlax. And it also gives you, like, excellent damage throughout the rest of the fight. Plus, then there's some weird glitching on, like, the Venusaur only having Solar Beam. If it had Sleep Powder and Razor Leaf, Curse would be so much worse. Like, just that change alone makes Curse significantly worse against Red. Make his lead Pokemon not Pikachu. Make it something that's, like, competent. Like, have him lead with Snorlax. If he leads with Snorlax, I guess it's the physical attacker. We need, like, a special attacker that is a normal type. That's really what we need, is the first Pokemon on his party. It has, like, Clefable or something. It's, like, diverse moveset, so it feels really bad trying to set up on it. Yeah, I think Curse is not going to be super good with Sneasel. I don't think it's going to be that good, but it might end up being the solution. We'll see. King's Rock does not appear to work with moves that already have a flinching chance. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I didn't think it... I thought at some point it worked, and it was, like, changed a lot. Like, there's been a lot of changes to this interaction. But I didn't think it worked in Generation 2. It's kind of scary. Also, Sneasel is literally a glass cannon. This is... Like, I don't want these electrodes to hit with self-destruct. Granted, medium slow growth rate. This has been really good. Like, I haven't trained that much, and I'm still a decent level here. Okay, well, that didn't do that much. Sneasel is not, in fact, Abra. That was brutal. Those electrodes. Ugh. Where are we? Escape ropes. Gen 2 to 4 use a lookup table. Okay. I see. Okay, let's defeat Price. This will give us a special attack boost, but no special defense boost. Hey Scott, what's your drink of choice? This is gonna be the least interesting answer ever, but water. I really like water. Like, just refreshing and simple. Oh, this is taking a while. The rest and then the hyper potion, like, honestly, probably the slowest price I've ever had. I also am a fan of really dark beers, like a stout. But I'm in Canadian Texas, and I don't know why, but here it's like light beer is king. And I do not like light beer. No! Well, I'm a higher level now, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna get Ice Punch. Then I'll get Return. Return's power right now is 83, so it is better than Headbutt. I think what we're gonna do is teach return in the place of headbutt for more damage. Then we'll teach shadow ball in the place of feint attack, because we don't need a same type attack bonus dark move. And then we'll teach ice punch in the place of mud slap, because why would you ever teach icy wind when you can learn ice punch in Gen 2? That's another reason. Like in Gen 1, like ice beam, like there's a genuine choice to make between ice beam and blizzard. Like blizzard is more power but less accuracy, and then ice beam is more accuracy but less power. Like that's an interesting trade-off. Whereas in Gen 2 it's like ice punch or icy wind or blizzard. It's like, well, blizzard's accuracy is so bad now that why would anyone ever choose it? Ice beam is not a TM. Icy wind has awful power and awful accuracy. And then ice punch has decent power and decent accuracy. It's just like, okay, the choice is so simple here. Okay. Oh yeah, the Calgary Stampede. Oh my gosh. Yes. Ah. Is the power boost from the badges 12.5%? Yes, it is. The... Oh! When did I save? I saved recently. We're going to reset. Ah. I don't... Did I, oh yeah, I have the pink bow. I do have the pink bow. We're going to give it the pink bow after this fight. These two fights are fine. The Hitmons don't have high defense, but we have pink bow. I would have lived that too if it didn't crit. Yeah, badge boosts and type-based boosts are like 1/8 boost in this game and Generation 1, and then in Generation 3 they're 1/10 boost, and then in Generation 4 they are removed. That's something I always forget about Shadow Ball, is that when you get it, it's not an 80 base power move. It's a 90 base power move. Or effective power, because you have the badge boost once you obtain the TM. I always forget that, so I think it's weaker than it actually ends up being. Okay, a 1-hit Chuck's Primate, that's great. Poliwrath is going to be a 2-hit, misses Dynamic Punch, okay. Well, Chuck just dropped the ball because his moves are bad, but decent. We won, we'll take it. Sneasel Monkey, yeah. That would have been my original one. People loved those jokes, by the way. Those are some of the best content that I've made. You know, you learn this stuff as you make content. You're like, the things that I say in real life, when I can like look someone in the eye and just be kind of sarcastic and silly about it and just be like, Ursula, it's a pink piece of sea trash. And then you just like look at the person. It's like, it hits very differently when you can't see the person and you're generally just monotone all the time. Do I get this? Yeah, sure. The soft sand has been something I've been skipping recently. It feels a little bit out of the way. Okay, I'm glad that someone died laughing from the pink Legos on stream, on screen. Also, the Quillfish video. I think the Quillfish video has one of my favorite, like 1 or 2 second insert frames in my, like, the history of my channel. You can't see me. I can see you, H-Robots. In the Quillfish video, I insert like 1 frame of, I say like Quillfish, I forgot what I say it is. I say it's like spiky something, not a pufferfish. I say that, and then immediately after that, I put on screen a pufferfish that looks like it's screaming. Okay, Ice Punch does have a function in this run. It's going to be good against Jasmine's Steelix. That's probably it. And then Lance. Oh. Psah! What was that? It's terrible. This was terrible. I got the potion, right? I think I got the potion. Yeah, we got the potion. Got worried about that. Oh yeah, Sneasel does learn Surf. That's funny. I guess Soft Sand? Like... The Magnemites are going to go down anyways. That might just be a waste of time to even change the item there. Oh! I should have Ice Punched. Oh, it's... Are you kidding me? What? Have I thought about adding? Yeah, I have. Like attack and defense calcs into that. Yeah. You have to... You either show the stats like I show them, right? Yeah! Freeze! Okay! Hype! It can defrost. It might, but I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine. Did I say defreeze? Defrost. No, defrost. Yeah, defrost. You either represent it like effective power like I have now, so multipliers times the move's base power, or you represent actual damage ranges. Like, those are the two choices you have. Otherwise, it goes into that area of, like, it's not intuitively useful because it's too specific, but it's not specific enough yet to become intuitively useful again. Because it's like, oh, I multiplied the effective power by a modifier that is the attack and defense ratio. And then you're going to be like, what? Like, how does that apply to anything? Like, maybe it'll give me a better sense for which move is going to actually do more damage in a particular situation. But people are going to be like, what do the numbers up there mean? I'm going to have to explain them every video. It's going to be really bloated and not good. So the choice is, when do I display actual damage ranges? Because for about 1.5 years, I have been able to display actual damage ranges. I just have not... The actual answer is I have not visually figured out a way to make it look good, and I am not going to put it on the overlay until I think it looks good. And second, that if I show actual damage ranges, in some cases, it will give away hype moments. And I don't want to give away hype moments because I think that a certain amount of drama in the videos is important. So like, getting hit by a critical hit or something, or like hit by a move that's 4 times effective, I want that moment where I can slow the screen down and you have no idea if the Pokemon is going to survive or not. And for a moment, we hang on the edge of a knife before we find out which way, which way it goes. Whereas if there's damage ranges, you're like, of course that's going to one hit. I can see that it does enough damage to one hit. Your Sneasel has 120 HP and the move is doing between 140 and 160. It's like, okay, well that's boring now. Like, we can just look at the damage ranges and know everything all the time. So in the, like I was saying before, like I feel like, okay, so like my thought about it has been, is that, oh, has been, well, maybe we'll get to that. My thought about it has always been, make the experience for the viewer as good as possible, and also make the content entertaining. Like, those are like goals of mine, and like I think I fail in a lot of ways to achieve that. Someone posted recently on one of my videos, I forgot what it was like, I was like talking about George R.R. Martin or something, and then the comment was just like, wow, this mediocre YouTuber compares himself to George R.R. Martin. It's like, whoa, interesting. Like, I'm not actually comparing myself to this person who creates great art because I think I am as good as them. It's like, I think it's a useful comparison because the creative process is similar in a lot of ways, and you can choose to approach the creative process in different ways. I think, I don't know what I was saying about George R. R. Martin, but like, I feel like I approach the creative process a little bit more like Stephen King. Show up every day, write a certain amount every day, and then release once a week when there aren't a million tech problems. Also, yes, it's a Quilava in this fight. It is not a Typhlosion. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, don't say that the difference between me and George R. R. Martin is that I'm actually going to finish the series, because I haven't finished it yet. I'm really hoping that I will finish something soon, though. The goal is to finish. Did you just compare yourself to Stephen King? Calm down, Scott. Yeah, exactly. Wow, I think way too highly of myself. Yes, I love the underground self-destruct. That is one of the most satisfying things in the game. It saves a turn, you get a knockout. Just really great. More of that, please. Okay. Let's just, trying to think of the right way to say this, but in general on my channel, my goal is to create a place where people feel super comfy to come and hang out and just enjoy some Pokemon. So I'm just gonna say this. Let's just keep our jokes within the range of like trying not to hurt, like implicitly hurting other people's feelings. That's an ask that I have, because that's a value for my channel. Again, please come after me and my play especially. But I just want to make sure that like if someone just randomly shows up and they're watching my stream or something, they're having a good time. And of course, like I'm not going to be able to make sure that that happens all the time, but I'll do my best. That's the amulet coin, by the way. I don't know how many vitamins I'm gonna want in this case. Why are my vitamin display not showing up? Austin. Austin, help! Why do the vitamins not show up? That's weird. I know I can usually use about like 5 of these when I get here. Oh no. No. Da. That's weird. That's the first time I've ever seen that. It's a very minor glitch, but like, it's frustrating that that happened. If you can't figure it out, I'll look into the code right after this run. Hey Scott, will you ever play a normal speedrun? Probably, yeah. I think I will. I think I'll eventually learn to speedrun at least yellow version. I've thought about it before, and like there's this like dream inside of me, which I don't think I'll ever be able to do, but like, what if I could get on like the top 50 of the leaderboard, like top 25 or something, like actually set a really, really, really good yellow time. But that obviously takes a colossal amount of work. I have so much respect for the people that do actual speedrunning. I'm sure you've addressed it at some point, but does your overlay power on return reflect the friendship value? Yeah, it does. It's calculated based on the friendship value. And frustration is as well. So if you look over onto the side, like on the moveset, frustration's power right now is currently reporting as 7. because my friendship has increased a lot. I'm hoping that soon on the overlay I'll be able to show friendship in Generation 2. I haven't got around to it yet. It's hard to change small visual things with the current code base. Will you forget to use items in battle? Probably. I forget in regular like playthroughs of games, I forget constantly that I can switch my Pokemon. Like I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the 4 moves that my Pokemon has, I'm just like, I don't know what the right choice is. Like, this thing is super effective against me and all my moves are not very effective, but I have to choose something, and then like, usually I have to like lose a couple Pokemon, and then I'm like into my 3rd member of my team or something, and then I'm like, oh, I can just switch. Like, I don't have to fight. I was playing, what's it called, the first piece of DLC for Scarlet and Violet, and I was having that problem. Yeah, Switch mode is great for casual playthroughs. As a kid, I always played on Switch. When a battle is really hard, I always get like slightly tempted. I'm just like, oh, I'm just gonna put it back to Switch, and like, this battle will be just easier because of that. Oh, I forgot to re-repel. Oop. I have a confession. I use your videos to go to sleep. Yeah, I know a lot of people do. It was like the top... YouTube introduced this like feature a while ago. I don't need this. I bet I'm going to do more damage to the Dragonairs with Return than Nevermelt Ice. Nevermelt Ice will only be useful for Lance. So my time right now is not that bad. I think we might be thinking that Sneasel is a lot worse than it actually is. Okay, the vitamins show up now, so something about the department store glitched me. I can get the spell tag here, so I will for now. He's Santos. I think he's here on Saturdays. That could be useful for Will. Maybe. Ah! I think, yeah, it's satisfying to see me go... Oh yeah, what I was saying about the... Sorry, the YouTube stuff. They implemented this change that allowed you to see, like, search terms that users use that watch your content. So, like, if someone is watching my stuff and then they, like, search for something in YouTube, I can see, like, the most common search terms that my audience looks for. And ASMR was the #1 term. And then underneath that was, like, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Stadium, or whatever the other things were. Solo Run. It's like, am I gonna have to do like some like ASMR Pokemon videos in the future? Make a channel. It's like ASMR Pokemon. It's like, I will become the true Pokemon Sleep. Just make a channel, Pokemon Sleep. I won't get sued for that. I'm sure of it. Okay, clear. Here we go. Dragonairs first. I should just one-hit with Return. Yeah. If I'm gonna... Okay, so I'll 2-hit the Kingdra. If you 1-hit the Dragonair, you usually 2-hit the Kingdra. That's pretty much how it goes. And the Kingdra is not very good. Really, the only reason it gets out of hand is if you're paralyzed, then it smoke screens you, and then you just proceed to miss a bunch. Yeah, so no problems. All is well. The enemy scout used hypnosis. Player fell asleep. Yep. All right, so we actually cleared the gyms in under an hour. I don't think I've been playing really that well in this run. And because I haven't been playing that well, I'm decently encouraged by this. Top, middle, top, middle. Oops. Didn't go down. Is that an HM user or a Psyduck? Yep. Okay, I need more escape ropes. I only have one. I need one more. I think I bought 5 or 4. I need to really lock in the number of escape ropes that I'm buying. I think for like a first playthrough should maybe be like 6 or 7, and then like 1 or 2 less for later ones. Yeah, let's see where you are after Bruno. I think that's a fair thing to say. Like this run, I feel like the run doesn't really start until Bruno. It's like everything until that point is easy, and then we just get to the Machamp, and it's like, alright, let's see how Cross Chop does. I really hope I don't win because he misses. That would be deeply unsatisfying. There. 5 steps that way. One of them I count is the turning. Then you jump over this, go up, turn, get the rare candy. Okay, will the next video be Magneton? I wish. That was the original plan. The plan has shifted though. Magneton soon, but not right away. Have you ever worked on a project where there's like, you sit down and you're like, this is what the project's going to be. I'm going to make this thing, and it's going to consist of A, B, and C. And then as you start working on the project, you're like, well, actually I need to add D, because if I don't have D, like it doesn't really make as much sense, or it's not as interesting, or I haven't explored absolutely everything. And then you go like, okay, now that I've added D, I actually need E as well, because E is the complement of D, and without both of them, then it doesn't make sense. And then you're like, okay, now it's going to take me like way longer to finish this thing. You can open the menu and figure out where they are in their spin cycle and then get by them. It kind of feels, that's what it feels like has happened with this video. Yeah, yes, exactly. Just like constantly rescoping stuff, and then at some point you're like, oh wow, this is like, the scope of this is now so much bigger than it originally was, and it's going to take us like 5 times as long. You know, there was a time in my life, a long time ago, back when I was at school, and they were making me write essays, and I do not like writing essays, which is hilarious. My job now is essentially like make analytic video essays on Pokemon. Anyways, they were making me write essays, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, how do people write like 4 pages on one subject? Like, that seems impossible. That's so much work, and there's not that much to say. Like, I just don't have that many thoughts around this like one particular subject. And now that I make these videos, every time I am figuring out my voiceover, I am juggling like the 6 things that I have in my brain, and I'm like, I gotta say like 3 of these things. If I say all 6, it'll be too much. Like, it'll take too long. The video will be like 6 hours. It's been an interesting transition for me away from not having much to say on a topic to having a lot to say on the topic. Have you ever thought about doing face cam? Yeah, I think about face cam all the time, but the answer always comes back no, at least until this point. Although we did technologically, like, no one is going to be able to pressure me into doing a face cam. If I want to do a face cam, I'll do a face cam. I'm just going to state that at the beginning. So if there's no face cam, it's because I don't want to do it. But one of the original reasons that I really didn't want to do it is because I couldn't then take the footage and use it for a video because my face cam would be embedded into the footage. So how would I get rid of it? Like, my overlay has things that are dynamically updating any location where I would put the face cam. So like, the only place I can put it is right where Sneasel's picture is, and that seems like not a good artistic choice to make. So I was like, well, just because of that reason alone, when I'm streaming, I'm not going to use the face cam in case I want to use the footage for something else in the future. There's lots of other reasons though. It's like, then I have to like constantly think about what I look like on screen. I have to think about what my performance like visually looks like. There's so much like, there's just so much more. Like I have to like actually calibrate a camera, which has been something I've been lucky to avoid up until now as being a YouTuber. There's just like, there's so many little things that are like adding complexity where like I don't necessarily need to add complexity. I have thought about putting up like a face cam when I'm doing like stat analysis or something like that, like going through damage ranges, because I think it might be a little bit more interesting if like you could see me and my reactions and like watch my face while I'm doing things, because that tends to be a little bit more interesting than just seeing a bunch of numbers. Yeah. I thought about that. But then it comes with all the complexities that I mentioned before. Not to mention, another thing is like, J-Rose, like, he did like a Wobbuffet video a while ago. And in the Wobbuffet video, I'm terrified now. I'm level 54. Bruno is going to be absolutely brutal. Anyways, in the Wobbuffet video, when a certain glitch appeared that he didn't know existed, it was like the healing glitch. He put his face up and like his reaction to it on live stream. And then I think he posted on Twitter after that and like shared a comment which was just like someone attacking his appearance. And that was like, when I thought about that, I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know if like, is that going to just make me feel really bad all the time? If like the people who want to go after me now just like go after my appearance? Like, I don't know. I'm like, am I setting myself up for good mental health? Okay, Koga. And then things get brutal. And like, honestly, I don't really like if you ask me today, like I would say like I don't care. Like I don't really like, it doesn't bother me if someone like goes after my appearance in like my regular life. Like if they do, I'm just like, wow, like that seems really petty of you. Like I can't believe this was what you decided to do with your time. Like it's so weird. Why would you just call me out for like, I don't know, like my hairstyle or something like that, or my beard? I do have a beard, by the way. That's like weird. Okay, we gotta focus here now. It's Bruno time. I think Pink Bow is like what we have to do. I think I have to burn the 7 rare candies now, despite how close I am to leveling up. Maybe we'll try it once because this is more of exploratory play. And then, yeah. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever put a face cam in my video. I should use dig there. Okay. Okay. That's good. So far, so good. This is gonna Mach Punch me, which is brutal. Okay. I don't even think I win. I don't even think I win with rare candies. That Mach Punch did so much. Scott's a lumberjack. I am definitely not a lumberjack. I saw some actual lumberjacks on TikTok, and yeah, I'm not that. My wife showed me this one of this guy like cutting logs, and then he like turned the axe around and then smashed the log until it broke from just hitting it with the blunt end. I'm like, wow, okay. That is not me. I like hit the log with the blunt end and then like the hammer or the axe falls out of my hands. I fall over. Let out a weak whimper. All right. Oh no! No! All right. I don't want to wait for the miss. Do we have to wait for the miss? I think we have to wait for the miss at the higher level, or we black out now and then just run through the league again. Okay, I'm gonna black out. I'm gonna run through the league again, and then we'll just beat Bruno at the slightly higher level. I think that that's like that feels like the more honest strat, rather than just resetting here like 30 times until I get the miss. He could miss right now, so that'd be nice. Could you miss, please? Nope. Okay. Please ignore the left-hand side of the screen while all of my HM users faint. Whoever suggested buying headbutt? Yeah, probably Red Ryosi. If I had to, Red Ryosi always comes up. He is the one who came up with that strat in the run before. This counts as a blackout, by the way. So it's not going to show up on the overlay, but it is counted internally right now with my software. Okay, so I'll be a much better level now. This should be fine. Yeah, the HP is just pulling from the first slot. That's why. But the other ones are pulling from the battle RAM. Okay, I'll finish talking about the looks stuff that I was going to talk about. Like, in my regular life, that's not something I worry about at all. But on, when you're online, unless you've, had a video that has been seen by, 40,000 people, 50,000 people, it's, hard to really anticipate just what happens when you say something. And my experience of it has been, to this point at least, that you make one little mistake or something goes wrong, and then it feels like a pylon. There's now there's 30 people, 40 people, 50 people all pointing out this one thing. And that in a lot of cases, it's oh yeah, I misspoke and I said the wrong Pokemon's name at this point in the video or something like that. But sometimes the thing that is the pylon is it's wouldn't bother me if one person said it, but then when 50 people say it, it's just ooh, that gets under your skin. Which is why I think there's a lot of content creators around online who will sometimes snap at their audience, that kind of thing. Because it's you're probably getting them on that point where it's this is where they feel some level of insecurity, and then it's everyone is stacking on top of that. So I don't know, I don't know how I would react if people called out my looks all the time when I was streaming or something like that. Okay, let's see. That is hopefully going to be better. I'm gonna read the damage range this time so we know exactly what our chances are here. They're bad. They're bad. The chances are very bad. We're not gonna do it. Best possible damage range is 99% with return, so he has to miss. Yeah. All right. Let's black out again. Ah. Yeah, thinking about it the way of oh, but it's just 50 people out of 40,000 or whatever, 20,000. That is helpful to some extent. It's the tricky thing is that we as human beings, there's a lot of negativity bias where we are really drawn towards the negative interpretations of things, and we can get very fixated on that. Yeah, I say roller rare candies. It's fine. I'll just block out until I beat Bruno. This is building some degree of insurance policy against red now. Because we're going to probably need to level up significantly for red. Metal Claw is not helpful. So it's cool that they added it in Crystal, but not going to make an material impact on this run. This track is Pokeathlon Dome. That is something I'm thinking of adding to the stream, is like I want to add like the track that's currently playing so that people don't ask me about it, because I get a lot of comments that are like, what's the track playing at 57, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, now I have to go and open YouTube and I have to go to that point in the video because I don't read the comments in the like on the video. And I have to go find it and then respond. That's a lot. So normally I just like the comment and move on. But it would be nice to embed it into the video so that that question is answered permanently. No, Bruno's really good in Gen 2. Like, it's good that they introduced a good fighting type trainer in this generation. Alright, what's our chance here? We got 35% chance. Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We got it. Level 65. Sweet. So if I have 7 rare candies, I want to be 58 before starting the league next time, or 57. Then you get 1 level, use all your rare candies, then you're ready. Alright. Karen... Yeah, Hidden Power Flying is going to be the second playthrough. We'll solve Bruno that way. Oh, yes! Miss on Sand Attack on the Umbreon. That's great. See, Return is more powerful than Dig. Doesn't that feel bad? I think it feels bad. The attack DV drop will not be so significant. It'll be workable. Maybe? Yeah. Finally caught alive. Good to have you here, Steven. Okay. Never melt ice. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Lance. Should be fine. This should be fine. The Charizard is the only thing I'm scared of, but I'm way faster than it. I'm also faster than all of Red's Pokemon at this point. Oh! Alright, that was not that bad. Like half from the Charizard. And now we are just Dragonites, so we've won. 4 times damage with Ice Punch will be enough, even though my special stat's quite low. Ah, alright. So, league time. 1 hour, 17 minutes, 48 seconds. It's not bad, but it's getting bad. If it was like over 120, I think I would have said it was bad. Consider that really good Pokemon make it through with like 56 minutes to like an hour. The thing about Ice Punch is I can just teach it whenever. Like, I don't even think I need Shadow Ball. Like, what's Shadow Ball doing on my set right now? Not really helping anything. See, I bought too many vitamins. Now I can't can't get Ice Beam. I don't think I need Ice Beam, honestly. It's just gonna waste time. Yeah, you can even buy a spare with Ice Beam, or with Ice Punch, yeah. So you have a lot more flexibility if you get the punches, which is another advantage. Shadow Ball, what do I do? Yeah, Shadow Ball became like the existential move. The combination of Shadow Ball and Mewtwo is just too powerful, we can't go there. The chat will just evolve into everyone saying like, but why? Nah, but the Espeon's gonna just go down to Return anyways. Blue's Rhydon is Ice Punch. Am I wrong? Gengar, you can use Dig. Like, see, like there's an answer. It feels like there's an answer for everything else. The Shadow Ball is just like, oh, like maybe Shadow Ball is the better choice, like in terms of raw damage, but it doesn't seem like it's so much better that it absolutely needs it. What's your view on TAB? TAB? What's TAB? I think it's too centralizing. TAB. Can we make a new inside joke like Venomoth about your looks so people? Yeah, I should do that actually. Lumberjack-esque. Yeah. First time I do the camera stream, it's gonna be in a plaid shirt, don't worry. I'll grow my beard out for it and wear a muscle suit. I'm just gonna establish now that that was a joke. It's like immediately like, oh, do I have to buy a muscle suit? I don't even know where I would do that. Erica's gonna be fine. Famous last words. Sorry, what was TAB? Stab. Is stab too centralizing? No. Return is actually so good that stab is not centralizing in this game. In Generation 2 at least. In Generation 1, stab is kind of centralizing, but in an interesting way in my opinion. Like, for example, playing with water types in Generation 1, there's a lot of water types in Gen 1 that are just not good when they take Surf. Except the comments on my Starmie vs Tentacruel video. Of course, everyone there knows that that Surf is the better move. Sorry. Next time I'll just play less playthroughs so that I don't waste my time. Sabrina. Yeah, Sabrina's like fairly straightforward. Shouldn't be any issues. I'm a dark type. What you gonna do? Nothing. Sneasel's so weird. It's like almost like... okay, that comment on the over-centralizing same type attack bonus. I feel like the same type attack bonus makes you think that every Pokemon should just be using same type attack bonus moves. And it feels almost like Gen 1 and 2, same type attack bonus was truly a bonus. Like, it's not something you're supposed to get. It's like sometimes you'll get this occasionally with some moves and some Pokemon. Not every Pokemon. Not really all the time. Whereas like the modern Pokemon games, it feels very much like if you're not using a same type attack bonus move, you're using coverage against a specific enemy that your Pokemon is weak to, and that's basically it. Or like coverage that Pokemon just has that your team doesn't have. It doesn't really feel like you're like in Gen 1, like Rhydon, for example. It feels very much like normal moves are literally the go-to generic move. And then everything on top of that is just like flavor that gets added in. And it's like, oh, you have Rock Slide. Well, yeah, you get a bonus for this special move when you get it. But you shouldn't expect to get it. I don't know, I think it's... part of me wonders like what happens if you take this series more in that direction. Rather than more in the, like, make everything use stab. I don't know, those are just some of my thoughts. They're like half-baked, so don't put a lot of weight into them. Do crits in Gen 1 ignore stab as well as stat boosts? I don't think they don't ignore stab. I'm like almost 100% sure that they don't ignore stab, but they do ignore badge boosts. So like even the badge boost that you're supposed to receive from the badge is not calculated in. That is also true in Generation 2. If you get a critical hit, it will not calculate in the badge boost, like the type-based badge boost. If Snowy was here, I don't think Snowy's here, but if Snowy was here, we'd probably get an answer about the badge boosts for stats. But I do think those are calculated in. Pretty sure it calculates it based on your current stat in battle, and then skips the type based or the like badge boost type thingy. portion of the calculation. Yeah, 50% boost on damage is huge too. Like, yeah, like if it was like 25% or like 30% or like 15, then it also feels like, oh, I want to go for this, but I don't feel as locked into it. Like there would be play outside of it. I think what I reflected on this a bunch when playing Generation 1. One thing that I really like is when a move feels like it has both an upside and a downside, and it feels like it can be used in multiple ways. So let me give you an example of that as we face Misty, who's of course should be easy. An example of that is Harden in Generation 1. Primary use, boost your defense stat. Secondary use, boost any other stat until you level up. And only when you have obtained certain rewards within the game. Use number 3, perhaps to stall a turnout when you are waiting for some other interaction to take place. Then, in terms of disadvantages, takes time. You have to be able to survive hits while setting it up. Also, does not provide blocks against critical hits. So for me, this move, it feels like very interesting. There's a lot of complexity like grouped up in that one move. It feels like a very flexible thing to use. Whereas starting in Generation 2, once the badge boost glitch is removed, things start feeling a little bit less flexible. And then as we go later and later into the series, it really becomes the case where it's like, oh, this move just does one thing. Like, you use this move to boost your defense stat, that's all. And like, we've trended towards a more simplistic mechanic, but with more like overall mechanics, whereas each move, it's like simpler. But I think I would prefer to have less moves in the game, but each move has significantly more complex interactions. Like, having this on my set is an advantage in like these 3 scenarios, but a disadvantage in these 2 scenarios. So now I have to make like a really engaged and active choice about if I want to use this or if I don't want to use this. Someone talked about this, I think it was Day 9. I don't think I've ever talked about Day 9 on stream, but like Day 9 was a big influence on me when I was a kid. I remember showing Day 9's video about like what StarCraft means or something to my mom and just being like, this is why I want to be a pro gamer. Hey mom. Hey, look, mom, I made it. Anyways, it's like Day 9 was talking about designing things for RTS games and like designing what was it? It was like frisbees instead of something else. That was the concept, and it's basically like design something that can be used and that like pays off more with greater skill. Okay, so if I walk straight up, it doesn't work. Yeah, so like the idea is like create mechanics or tools within games that either require skill to pay off. Like it feels very flexible. Like it's not just you press a button and then you win. You create flexible tools, and since like this is a turn-based game, you have to make the tools flexible in terms of decision making. So like, how do we make it so that the move has like large impacts on the battle in a bunch of different ways? A different example of that in Generation 1 is the move Agility, because Agility can be used to boost your stats like a badge boost move, but it can only be used 3 times, so it's not as good as the other ones. Then, in addition, Agility can be used to counter out the debuff from Paralysis, because it successfully recalculates your attack stat as if you weren't paralyzed. But it doesn't take away Paralysis, so it isn't a foolproof solution, but it is a solution. And then additionally to that, Agility can be used for its primary effect. Agility can be used for its primary effect, which is just to raise your speed. Don't open the inventory when you're doing HM stuff in Gen 2. You don't have to. Paralysis does not cut the attack stat. I must have misspoke. Speed stat. Whew. Does it bother me that the trainer in Brock's gym is a ground type user? A little bit, honestly, yes. I think they did that to make Brock feel more unique, like a lot. Brock literally feels a lot tougher than the other trainer. What type would Churro be? Fire normal type. Because he's an orange cat, and I should have used Dig. Should have used Dig. He's a he's an orange cat, so a fire type, and then he likes to scream, and because he likes to scream, normal type because that's the sound type basically. So if they ever introduced a sound type, he would be fire sound. Churro can definitely learn uproar. Probably starts with uproar, actually. Or screech. Okay. So Janine. We're over an hour and 30 minutes. We might finish under an hour and 40 if things go really well from here. But I'm not thinking that that's going to happen. I think we're going to get stuck at red for a bit. We're level 72. Yeah, I think using the rare candies early was likely a mistake. Did I get the leftovers? Yeah. Usually I use leftovers for this fight. It's the longest fight in the game to this point with 6 Pokemon. What's the solution for Snorlax? We got a strong physical attack. I think we'll be okay just because of that. Maybe Ice Punch is better? I don't know. Yep. It has lower special defense. Dig. It's gonna hit hard. Ooh, half from the Arcanine. Dig is also helpful here because it spends more turns, so I gain more health from leftovers. Ice Punch the Rhydon. One hit. Easy. Gain back some more health. Gyarados. Return. Not Dig. Definitely not Dig. Rain Dance. Free health. Knock it out. And that cuts the power of Solar Beam when the Executor comes out. I can use Shadow Ball against it for physical super effective damage. One hit, and all that's left is Alakazam. I outspeed and knock it out with Shadow Ball. Simple. Blue is defeated. Alright, cool. Yeah, it's nice when Shadow Ball actually gets play. I agree. Ah! So, gosh, getting through that little spot is sometimes hard. Okay. Let's go to Kanto. Or let's go to Johto, that's what I mean. Back to Johto. It's always weird to me that Mount Silver feels like it should be a Kanto location. Okay, so we're gonna have 3 rare candies. I'm gonna be able to level up once very easily. It's level 76 for red. I don't know, that seems too low, like... I don't know. I'm gonna fight a Pokemon. I wanna level up. Level me up. I need to see that item, so I'm gonna knock this out here while I can still see it before using my next repel. I don't want to have a battle come and make me forget which tile I'm on. There we go. Did it. Okay. Save. I think I might just use the rare candies and attempt and see how we do. I'm gonna need rest, and dig is kind of useless in this fight. Because the Pikachu is not very strong, so generally return is just enough. I'll get rid of dig, put rest there, leftovers, and we'll just try. Okay. Okay, Pikachu does not survive. That's very good. How much do we do to the Charizard? Hopefully more than half. Exactly half. And I live the flamethrower. Okay. Okay. We might have a chance. Alright, so we're going to lose because the Snorlax is going to be too hard to defeat. Yeah, it's going to body slam us, but if we have Curse, we might be able to do it. Curse in the place of Ice Punch. Rest in the place of Dig. Where are my candies? I should move those to the top of my inventory when I'm not going to save over them. I can't get Slash, unfortunately. That is not possible. Okay. Ooh, that's okay. So this level is just barely going to be surviving the hits from Snorlax or from Charizard. I think I rest here, and then I hope I survive enough body slams. Like I hope it body slams once, and then it amnesias next. Yeah, okay, it does. All right, that's good. I'll wake up and get a curse in before it can knock me out. And I'm still faster than it because I'm ridiculously fast. So then I can sleep again, and then eventually, if it doesn't crit, we will be able to knock it out. I could go Sleep Talk here, which would improve a little bit. It would give me potentially more curses or attack damage on it. I'm going to heal because paralysis is not good. Drop in consistency is... It's going to crit me. It's getting so many hits. Maybe not. Could run out of Body Slam. I probably set up enough. Once I heal, I'll attack. Yeah. I think I have enough. Let's go. Okay. That's that. Venusaur is next. Sunny Day. That actually negatively impacts the Blastoise, which is next, so it rain dances. Giving me the knockout, and last is Espeon, which reflects, but it's not enough. Ta-da! Sneasel clocks in with final time. 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 50 seconds. 6 resets, level 76. So, yeah. Oh, see everyone? I told you that this comment was going to happen. I told you this comment was going to happen. So, everyone please respond if you were here at the beginning of the video. Yeah. Oh. See, Austin was here at the beginning. Okay, we gotta talk about this. It's, I think Bruno is the main thing that we have to solve. A little bit Chuck. I'm going to save a lot of time in the mid game. I think if I get Hidden Power Flying so that I can beat Chuck's gym, get Fly early on, that sort of thing. Thank you everyone for... No, it's totally fine. I just knew I was going to get this question a lot. I feel like each stream I do now, it's like there's a higher and higher percentage chance that everyone is just going to be like, where are the produced videos? Or you're just only going to stream now. No, don't worry. They're coming back. They're coming back. At some point. Okay. So, first of all, this is what my overlay looks like behind the scenes. Whoa, right? Hidden Power. Hidden Power Dark. 15 in all my DVs. Hidden Power Flying. 7 attack, 12 attack. Or 7, oh my gosh, 7 HP, 12 attack, and 13 defense. Excuse me. Yeah. Actually, funny story about me being a streamer. And he meant no wrong by this, but like the Game Hook developer, very like, I'm gonna make this tool for streamers, which makes sense. So he constantly called me a streamer, and I would always respond just like, I'm actually more of a video producer. And then like the next time he would just call me a streamer again. It's like, I'm actually more of a video producer, just because it hasn't for the longest time felt like streamer has been a part of my identity. But I am doing it more now. It still doesn't really feel like the primary function that I serve. I definitely like, I'm video producer first, and then probably like software developer kind of person next within this sphere. Like obviously that's not what I'm professionally trained to do. Streaming is just for fun. And to do re-rankings because I need to do those. Okay, so this is my DV spread if I'm going to go hidden power flying. Tip to reduce questions. Yeah. I made those posts and stuff, and then everyone just keeps asking anyways. It's tricky. Make sure to update your business cards. Max out saturation. Yeah, that's going to look good. So, anyways, this is what it looks like for hidden power flying. I think we don't really have much of a choice. When a Pokemon takes 4 times damage from a key threat, and you really need to knock that key threat out and you don't already have coverage on your moveset, it tends to be the case that going for a suboptimal hidden power ends up being the right choice. So far, the only other Pokemon that I have found that to be absolutely the case with is Tyranitar. Once again, with hidden power flying. Once again, because there are 2 fighting type specialists in the game. So, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Let's talk about damage ranges and stuff like that. So, within this route, I am able to change the DVs. There's a customized DVs thing, so I can go back and check things, ensure that my damage ranges are all correct, that sort of thing. So this is currently set. This is the route that we just played, but I have changed my DVs so that I have hidden power flying, that I'll be able to add it in and test for it against key threats like Chuck as well as Bruno. We're going to do Bruno first because he seems like the one that's going to delay more time. Plus, if I'm doing more training in the playthrough, I can just train more for Chuck and then beat him that way. So this is the one that the damage ranges are really critical for. So let's do that first. Okay. All right, Bruno. Hidden power flying, one hit, one hit, one hit. Yeah, so we one-hit the Machamp at level 65. Here's the comparison between return, 89 to 105% damage, 35.4% chance to kill or KO, versus hidden power, 100% chance. Cross chop over here, 80% chance to one hit because it does 123 to 145% damage. So it can only ever max out at 80% chance to KO because it has a 20% chance to miss. So yeah, hidden power can one hit at lower levels. So we're going to remove the rare candies and then we're going to go back to Bruno. and see what level we need to one-hit the Machamp. So only at level 59, I still have a 47% chance to one-hit the Machamp with Hidden Power Flying. That is how much... That is a significant difference. Like, significant. What that means is I don't actually need much additional training to be able to... I don't need much training. Yeah, level 60, 80% chance to one-hit the Machamp. 88 at 61, 92 at 62, and 100% chance is 63. That's 4 rare candies. That's significantly different. But here's the thing, like, remember I blacked out against Bruno, so it saves the encounters like this, so we can just go back and turn them off. So that's my original League attempt there. And then the Hitmontop there. I blacked out here. Blacked out here. Bought Will and stuff again. We'll turn off Will and Koga up here. We don't have them. Will, Koga, and that brought us to Bruno without the additional training at level 55, where I have 100% on both the Hitmontop, on all 3 of these. Obviously, the Hitmonchan is going to hit me with Mach Punch, which does 49 to 58% damage. That's brutal. That's brutal. Mach Punch of all moves. So now let's add in rare candies. Alright. If I use all 7 rare candies right before Bruno, that's level 62. Gives me a 92.8% chance to one-hit the Machamp. That, like, I think 60 is probably okay, but I think the extra 2 candies is fine as well. Like, I think it makes more sense to just train later on. Let's see, though, what the impact is for red. So now we're 73 against red. And we don't have a good chance to 2-hit the Charizard. Charizard has now dropped. Because remember, our DV is lower, so we're going to have slightly less attack for this fight. And Hidden Power Flying is obviously not going to be useful during red. So we need levels. How many levels to start getting two hits? Okay, bit of a chance without a crit. I like level 78. Did I just get really lucky? I think I might have got really lucky last time. Or maybe my stats are slightly higher. Yeah. It looks like level 80 is like the safest for the Charizard. Because that's like 93.5% chance to KO. Yeah, I have more rare candies, but I have 3. That gets me to level 73. 73 is after using all the rare candies in the playthrough. There's 3 more after the 7 early on. The max amount of protein is going to be like 2 more. It'll hardly change this damage range. So like, what I think is probably the best choice here, I cut like, to be fair, I think I actually played this Sneasel run quite risky. I think if I had gone back and like done this for the channel to make into a video, I probably would have like done a lot more training throughout the run, just being terrified of Bruno and Red. But today I was like, well, let's see how fast we can go. Like, if I get stuck at Red, it's not the end of the world. I'll just keep streaming. We'll do another run and it'll be great. I didn't get stuck. That's encouraging. That also gives us more insight into like what the minimum amount of stuff is. But I think the probably better solution here is going to be stacking up and doing more training earlier on. So like fight a bunch more people early into the playthrough so that when we get to Bruno, we're like level 60 from leveling, right? Like that kind of thing. Because remember, like let's just dump in like one of the routes that has like a ton of people on it. I think it's like 41 or something. It's like the swimming routes. Yeah, like this one. So we're going to go back earlier into the playthrough when we would have fought trainers on this route. Sorry. Probably after price. So here maybe, add area. Okay, so that adds in all these people. Is there another fishing route? That's not that good. 46. We could fight some of those people, but let's just check that. So I added in all the swimmers on that one route. Yeah, it doesn't change much. Like, I'm level 56 here now. Thing is, sometimes you get a lot of stat experience from these kind of fights, and then you can like dramatically shift the ranges. It doesn't shift that much. Level 60 is still about the same. This is an issue with Johto specifically. Training and spending a lot of time training is not always going to pay off. It's like a very weird game. It like wants you to play it the exact same way every single time. Just wanted to say this post-game data is absolutely insane. Awesome job. Yeah, thank Otto for this software. Otto put this software together. It's absolutely incredible. How can you play it not risky though? You just make sure you're one-hitting. It's a glass cannon. Make sure you one-hit. So let's go back and I want to examine Red's ranges again. So this is with the rare candies off during the league. Turn them on before Bruno again. That, like the training does give me 63 for this fight, which guarantees them a champ. And then I'm like a little bit closer along the way towards Red. That would be 81 here. I don't think we want that. Like, when do we get like a decent chance? Because the Charizard comes out second. So what if I have like a 40% chance to 2-hit the Charizard? Like, that might be enough. Oh, I can't get it. That's so frustrating. 70. Okay, this is damage running threshold. Check this out. At 78, 61% chance to 2-hit. Then I go up to 69, 75.9. It's like it's a difference, but it's not a huge difference. But then you drop it down, I lose 40% or 35%. It goes down to 26% at 77. So like 78 seems like the level that I should be targeting for Red. 78 is much more achievable than 80. Is it auto? Yeah, like OTTO. Oh, have you found out the best trainers for experience in Gen 2 yet? No, I haven't. Although they are listed here. See? Those numbers beside them is like the... It's a very, very approximate experience per second from the trainer, assuming you one-hit their Pokemon. Like, we can look at the fish, like this people on C. Let's see. Like, they might be bad experience yields. These people. It says it here. Okay, so like some of them are actually really good. What's this one? The Gyarados guy is good. This person is okay. Okay, that's the person that's like directly down from where you first surf. He's okay. This person, Kaylee. What does Kaylee have? Goldie and Seeking. She's the one on the other side that sometimes catches you. That's nice that she's good. And then Kara. Kara has Staryu and Starmie, also down by the Gyarados. So I could go down there and like... I could potentially get a... hit three of those trainers that are good experience yields without fighting the others. Also fought these people. They're decent. The soft sand people. It's not really useful for like the soft sand. Like I didn't find that item to be particularly impactful, but decent experience. Also, notably the rockets in the hideout are actually not... There's this... No, this is in Radio Tower. These are not bad. They're not bad compared to everything else. Like some of the, like, okay, this person's really bad. What does he have? One Rattata. Okay. Don't fight him. Yeah, I fought most of the trainers before Victory Road. Yeah. Worth fighting Cal? Yeah, it could be. Also, maybe the trainers in, like, the Fuchsia City gym or something like that. I think training early on is going to be more of a mistake. Like, too early on. Like, grinding against rockets in, like, the hideout or something, I think that's not going to be a good choice. I think, like, targeting... Like, maybe we can save some rare candies earlier on, which will help for the late game. But, like, saving, like, 2 or 3 is probably enough. Like, get to the league at, like, level 50... 58. Like, if I could get to the league at, like, 58, and then use 5 rare candies to go up to 63 to make Bruno very easy. Or even just 60 and then, like, chance it. To then get red at a higher level with less time. Let's see. What do my ranges go to if I invest a little bit less? Maybe 60 for Bruno. It's 81% chance roughly. That's a really good shot. It's a really solid chance to beat Bruno. I used to think grinding against the statues in Rocket Hideout. Yeah, I used to think that was a good idea too until I did a bunch of the baby runs, and then the baby runs were like slowly convincing me that just training anywhere in Johto is a bad idea. I was like, maybe it just makes sense to have 50 resets against red and then just luck through it eventually, but there is no Gen 1 miss in this game, so you can't, like, in some cases you do just get walled completely. Plus there's the cross chop miss chance. Yeah, exactly. So, like, my chance for failure on my move is 20%, and then the chance for failure of his move is also 20%. So, chance for success is, like, it's decent. No, the AI will never use Vital Throw. It's always going to use the move that does more damage. So it's going to be like, Cross Chop, that's the one. Unless I'm at low health, then it can do a different move. But I think that the Machamp actually has a modification or something that forces it to use Cross Chop in these situations. I've literally never seen it use Vital Throw. Or that might be a lie. I cannot remember ever seeing it use Vital Throw. Snowy said, Masked Review, Snowy talked recently in a server on Discord about, like, the AI does not actually check misses when it's calculating damage. So it doesn't actually, there's no chance for it to miss in the, yeah. 96% after 2 attempts. Yeah, that's decent. And, like, if I lose, what, it's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds? It's not that bad. So I think 60 for Bruno is the choice. If we do that, then we get, let's just, like, make sure, because sometimes I do this, I'm just like, oh, Bruno solved, and then, like, actually Lance became way harder now that, I still have a 2-hit on the Charizard. The Flamethrower is not going to knock me out. And then decent chance on the, oh, bet all this is way easier if I just go to 63 for Bruno. Yeah. It all becomes way easier. Because Lance is like, the damage ranges are just so much better for Lance. I was not going to one-hit this before. And then it can Rock Slide me. Like, that's the thing, like, going through at a slightly lower level, it might seem like it's going to be faster, but then there's, like, all these small little, like, chinks in the armor that, like, appear. And it's like, you're going to get stabbed through there by, like, the Aerodactyl going for, like, a Rock Slide or whatever. Do you think it prefers Cross Chop because of priority? Wait, I don't think cross drop is priority. Or vital throw is lower priority. That might be why, yeah. Vital throw is low, yeah. Yeah. It does calculate confusion though. What? That's so funny. Yeah, the illegal rock slide. You're very right about that. I think I should fight Bruno at 63. I think I should fight Bruno at 63 with like minimal rare candies. And then go to red. And then see what happens. Let's just turn this on so that we have level 63 here for Bruno. And then we're going to go to red and see what level that makes us. 70. Oh, that's with like a bunch of rare candies. Like 10. 7. So if I go to Bruno with no rare candies, I will need 9 left over. But if I use... Okay. So if I use like 3 rare candies to get there, then I will have 7 left over. And 7 will take me to 78, where I get a good chance to 2-hit the Charizard. And remember, I'm a medium slow growth rate, so my training slows down the later I get. So pushing off rare candies into the late game and training earlier on is to some extent advantageous for Sneasel. No. This will be a return, obviously. Like, my moveset's not correct right now. Like, I would have to do a lot more work to make this look really good. Because like, I just added in hidden power somewhere earlier on, but I don't want to take it out. How many do I need 1-hits? Okay, so I only need 4 curses. I do not need 5. Only 4 at level 78. Four curses, level 78 for red. Level 63 for Bruno. I think 63 for Bruno is... You know what? Another option is just doing what I did before, but like planning to blackout training in the Elite Four. Yeah, Evil Pingu just said that. If you're blackout training versus Elite Four, can you save the rare candies on the first league attempt? Or second, gamble on cross chop miss, save rare candies for red? Yeah, like potentially if he just misses a cross chop there, then I could get through at a lower level. But then at a lower level, Lance is going to be kind of rough with the Rock Slide Aerodactyl. Right after the Charizard. So like I think I want the higher level either way, but like I could just keep going and do more training in the league, then blackout, do it again. I think the league training is probably going to be much better experience yields than anywhere else in the game, so it probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, like way better. Look at those. So I don't think it actually makes sense to play the clean game and try and just get through everything without having to black out. I think the blackouts make sense. Probably this is a case where depositing HM users is going to be way faster. Save before Bruno and reset if you win. Yes! Okay, let's check Chuck. I want to check Claire just quickly to see what returns damage was like. Oh, we have more than enough at level 51. Okay, so that's not a problem. So here, this is Chuck. I'm gonna move Chuck back because I would really like to do Chuck before Price. Yeah, like here. That's 35. So we do not have what we need yet with those moves, but with hidden power, flying, 1 hit the Primeape, 2 hit the Poliwrath. Dynamic Punch is obviously going to one-shot me, but it's a 50% chance because its accuracy is terrible. I think that's good. That's good enough. What about hidden power for the gym trainers? Let's just ensure that we have good damage ranges against them. One hit, one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit, one hit. Okay, good. Okay. I think we have figured it out. Yeah, I don't think he's guaranteed to go for dynamic. He might mind reader or hypnosis or something. So we might get by him for free with that. All right. I'm just gonna remind myself one more time. And everyone, please, everyone just keep a piece of this stuff in your memory so that you can remind me while I'm playing. Bruno. Yeah, Chuck is 35. Bruno, 63. Lance, 64, hopefully, for the ranges on the Charizard and the Aerodactyl. And then 78 for Red. Chuck is straight up bad. No. I think the better way to describe Chuck is say, like, Chuck is like Surge. Chuck can give you resets, but when he does, it never feels like he really earned it. Like, it's just like, oh, he randomized Thunderbolt 3 times in a row. That's annoying. But Chuck is like the same. It's like, well, he decided to use Dynamic Punch 3 times in a row and all of them hit. Great. Yeah, I do not think it is physically possible to be stuck at him either. Like, maybe if you don't get a Mint Berry and he gets extremely lucky, but like, no, he's so inconsistent that you can always get by him. It's like, that's my approach to Surge now in Generation 1. Unless I'm playing a first attempt and I want to like look nice for the camera on my first run, I'm just always going to fight Surge right away, because even if I do reset 1 or 2 times, it's not the end of the world. You waste like 15, 30 seconds, then you eventually beat him. Okay. I had some water, let's keep going. Run number 2. I'm still recording my replay. Wonderful. At least we got all of those Jigglypuffs spinning at the end in the replay. Apologies, I believe the stream will have disconnected for a moment. I had a brief technical meltdown. I pressed the wrong buttons. The buttons did not do the things I wanted the buttons to do. Okay. What else do I have to set up? Is there anything else I need to set up right now? I don't think so. I think I have it all. Just before I get going, I will say thank you to everyone who showed up. This is really fun. I love these games. I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, this is literally not possible without all of you, so thank you. Okay, I'm recording a replay. Let's do this. Sneasel. I guess technically number 3. Let's go. I have Hidden Power Flying successfully on my set on my overlay. I'm just checking that first because there have been times when that has not been set, and that always ends up being real annoying. I'm not going to make that mistake hopefully ever again after the Quillfish stream. That stream was so exhausting. It was like 5 hours. Oops, gotta say yes to him. We're gonna name the Sneasel A. Oh, I forgot to turn off encounters. I should do that. I'm gonna do that. Give me a second. I don't think we need them because Faulkner is real bad. Austin, can you look into the fact that the attempts counter is incrementing twice every time I start the game? Okay, here we go. Actually, Sneasel this time. I promise. Yeah, the attempts counter is incrementing twice every time I start. So I went from 1 to 3 to 5. This time I get to say yes to Professor Elm my first time. And encounters should not occur on the first 3 routes. By the way, you say yes to him, and then when he moves, his position changes. That's when you can start pressing B. Like there. I get always frequently comments about, like, why do I choose to replace the starter that makes the game harder for me? Well, I just feel like that's the spirit of the game. The rival is supposed to be choosing the starter that's good against yours, so I want to play in a way that feels most similar to the way the developers intended the game. Don't worry, someone will tell me I'm inconsistent because I changed my DVs to be perfect values instead of random values. Okay. Sneasel. How are we gonna do? Hopefully well. The rival, not very good in the first fight because he doesn't have any fire type moves. If he had a fire type move, he would be a lot scarier here. Level up. See, that's the medium slow growth rate for you. It gets so much experience from that one fight. Okay. Triple question mark, the only appropriate name for the rival in Generation 2. All of my rivals, they all have different names, by the way. If you followed the channel for any amount of time, you will know that. Of course, but in Generation 1. Question mark, question mark, question mark in Generation 2. In Emerald version, you don't get to name your rival, which I was always very, very disappointed about when I was a kid. And then in Fire Red and Leaf Green, his name is Terry. And then Barry in Generation 4. It's fitting as a rhyme. But unknown Terry and Barry. By the way, if you walk straight up and let the guy walk towards you, you have to go through less patches of grass. I like to play in the way that is coherent with the fact that there would be encounters here. So I'm not going to like walk through longer stretches of grass or something like that because I know there are no encounters. That feels kind of like cheating. Those question mark, get stab on Curse. That's a good point. He is in fact typing. What would you name your Brendan if I got to choose? A good point. I don't know. See, like, there's no nostalgia, though, for me in naming that rival. So, I don't know if I would have, like, a intelligent name to give him. Because, like, when you're a kid, who didn't name their rival, like, Fart Face or something like that in Generation 1? If you tell me you didn't name your rival something like that, what? I don't believe you. The only appropriate choice. Okay, level 11. This was fine last time. Not fine this time, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not going to save. We'll restart if he's bad. I'll rethink my approach. He should be fine. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Berries really make Faulkner so much easier than he should be. I think that Faulkner should have had a better team, and I also think he should have had a held berry. Imagine if he has a held berry. It teaches you about the mechanics of the game. It's just like a really good way to like introduce players to things. And like, I feel like modern Pokemon games are scared to make the player lose. Like, they want to be challenging, but only challenging enough that you're sure you're going to win every fight. But it'll be tough. Whereas like these games, it feels like at least Gen 1, it feels like they didn't hold their punches. They're like, actually, this game is going to be kind of challenging, and like Koga is going to suddenly have a level 50 Venomoth. Whoa. That thing's good. Because it's a steel type. Pause for dramatic effect. Now resume narration. Okay. All this is going about is it how it went last time. Sneasel actually feels excellent in the early game. If you could pick this thing up on like one of the first routes, I think most people probably would have used it. Like quick attack and scratch hit very hard, and it's like, yeah, I could see myself picking this up early in the game being like, wow, it looks really cool. Like I want to use that up as much as possible. Cause like, that's how I played when I was a kid. I would see a cool Pokemon. I'm just like, I'm gonna put that on my team, use it. Like, but unfortunately they just stuck this thing in Ice Path, and you have to get it really late into the game. So I never used it. And then by the time you do get it, you're like, cool, an ice type. You give it an ice type move and it's trash with it. Disappointing. Yeah, if it was in the Dark Cave, that would have been such a good place to put this thing. Imagine that. Like, imagine going into Dark Cave and there's some Zubats and there's some Geodudes, but there's also Dunsparce and Sneasel. That would have been awesome. Like, I know there's Dunsparce there, but they're like really rare. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are legitimately challenging. You are correct. Those games, Ultra Necrozma, what? That thing has like the best moveset of all time. I remember first facing it, and it just one-shot my entire team. Every single member at one-shot. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, its stats are ridiculous, and yeah, okay, you're right. Definitely a tricky game. Toxic sturdy plus max potions. Yes, I love that. I love that. It's like my Gengar Destiny Bond strategy with revives that I used on Cynthia. I don't want to run out of... Oh, I guess I can just teach Swift over Quick Attack, actually. The better choice. Man. Whoever mentioned that, like, steps till encounters, they got me thinking now. Sorry, Weil. It's always nice when you have to replace the first move in your slot. It feels so efficient. Oh my gosh. Terrible pathing. Didn't like the aesthetics of Sun and Moon. What? Those games are beautiful. I really like them. We did start having some performance problems with those games, in my opinion, though. That's definitely a knock against them. I said 7 last time. Let's try that out this time. When you do Gengar and Platinum, you have to end your first run that way. Yeah. I feel like, I really like the Gen 7 games, and that's, like, I also totally understand the perspective of why you wouldn't like them. I think that both perspectives are valid at the same time. But for me, I really enjoyed playing them, and that was the last time I would say that I was, like, really into a contemporary Pokemon game. Like, I played Gen 8 and Gen 9, but I wouldn't really say that I got, like, into them a lot. The name's Bond. Destiny Bond. That's good. Yeah, when there's a no cutscene mod of Sun and Moon and computers can run it fast enough on 4 times speed, that game will be awesome. I'll play it a lot then. What I should really do is I should make Sun and Moon in the red and blue engine and then play it. By the way, my goal for this year is to hire a programmer, like, all the time. Then things like that will actually be possible. But right now there's not enough time to do something like that, but we could do that if there was someone here all the time with me. Like, hey, this year I'm moving on to Generation 6, but actually it's in the Gen 1 engine. Let's do it. I don't know if I'm going to Screech. I'm not going to Screech it this time. Okay, just Fury Cutter's bad. So yeah, Screech and missing would be just a misplay there. I don't think that was the correct strategy the first time I played it. Just spamming Swift is far reliable enough. Loop the gym. That's a good strat. I can give the Paralyzed Cure Berry just in case. I don't have a better held item. Yeah, like half the work is figuring out which Pokemon is gonna get which, like, special attack or special defense stat. Gen 2 Sun and Moon would be significantly less work. See, Swift, it's getting low on PP. I'll just delete it because it's in slot 1. No, you don't talk to this guy. Don't talk to that guy. Done that a couple times recently. I need to ensure that I'm not going to do that long term. I think I should bump into the bottom tile there. And then the repel will run out right here and I'll catch my HM users. Oddish. Oddish. There we go. That's gonna KO. Alright. That Master Ball Pokeball. Alright. You're just being polite. Is that to me? Is that addressed to me? I am Canadian. I'll have you know. Nope. X and Y felt too easy. Am I wrong to say that? No, the last run I did Psyduck in National Forest instead of Ilex Forest. National Forest. National Park. By the way, starting very soon, but not today, we will be making this area of the map nighttime so that when I come here I can fight the police officers. Thank you for whoever suggested that. It's a great idea. I thought about it for a long time because I don't like making changes to this kind of like the core mechanics of stuff unless I've really thought through them. And I think it does make sense. Or like it'll help Pokemon that need a little bit more experience around Whitney. And then it also doesn't make the aesthetics of the map nighttime all the time because I don't particularly like the night aesthetics. But that isn't a reason to like give a Pokemon a disadvantage so that they don't have as many encounters. It's going to be like only relevant for Pokemon like Ditto. Hey Scott, I'm not sure if you've answered this elsewhere, and I hope you don't mind me asking. I do not mind you asking, especially when you ask in such a polite way. But how come you changed your Patreon tiers to be Butterfree based ones to Venomoth? I think I was just trying to simplify things and make the tiers the same as the YouTube ones. I'm pretty sure that's why I did it. I just saw someone play Event Magikarp with Bubble. He dedicated his video to Pokemon Trifecta, he called it. Trifecta, J-Rose, and you, Scott. Wow. Well, that's awesome. It's humbling to be, it's humbling for me to be, like, put alongside those two. They did get me into this, so it's, like, kind of mind-blowing that I am considered in it. Yeah, you made it. I do feel like I made it. Wow. Because I remember the first year of my channel, like, the feeling that I always had was, like, I wonder at what point would I be, like, good enough to, like, feel like I'm on the same level as them. And I don't necessarily know if I do feel like I'm on the same level as them now. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I still watch in their content and I go just like, oh yeah, like, they do this a lot better than I do. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to see things in others' work that you're like, wow, I could do this better. Like, that pushes me to continue improving. So, and I think that'll always be the case. Like, everyone is hypercritical of their own work. At least every creative person that I know is to some extent hypercritical of their own work. Like, it's usually the reason why those people are doing good creative work is because they can evaluate what they've done and then try to improve it. But yeah, it's like, also sometimes the, I like that, what's it called? Baldur's Gate reference. That's good. Also, I'm totally fine being the Ketheric Thorn one. I'm totally fine. I know it's the earlier boss. I don't know how everyone feels about the bosses. I actually haven't beat Act 3 yet, but, I'm not going to beat it for a while because I'm really behind on production now, but yeah, that battle. Woo! That battle was good. Made me feel things. And that, yeah, that, like, what people are saying about different strengths, it's, like, so true. I think something that could be, like, hard to forget, or, sorry, hard to remember when you're a creator, or you're a creative type, is, like, other people's strengths are their strengths. You don't necessarily need to be strong at those things. Whereas, like, it's really easy to just look at, like, other people's videos and go, like, wow, I'm, like, really awful at all these, like, 5 things. And then, because, like, the things that you're good at doing are not things, they're things that come intuitively easily to you. Oh, Fire Punch? Are you kidding me with Metronome? Alright, let's get some flinches in here. Okay, oh, Stomp? Alright. Wow, Whitney. That was not a very good showing after that Fire Punch. What was I saying? I was talking about creative. Oh yeah, it's like, H-Bomber Guy mentioned this in the plagiarism video, and I thought that was like a really powerful takeaway if you are a creative type. Is this idea? No. Right now, it is not a huge time loss to do this, so I'm going to do it now because it makes a lot of sense to do it now, and I missed doing it in the previous run. Because you can get Return usually after you beat Whitney, and then I can get Ice Punch, not Fire Punch. So now I'll be able to upgrade just a little bit sooner. And Return's not powerful enough yet, so we don't need it. Anyways, in the video that he made on plagiarism, the one thing that I feel like is an excellent takeaway for creators is, like, the reason that people would plagiarize is because creativity is really hard. And the things that you think are, like, easy, like, why would someone steal this? He basically said, like, it's because what they're stealing is hard for other people to make, so they need to steal it from people that feel like it's easy. It's really easy to, like, it's simple to discount your own strengths when you're creating stuff. That reminds me of this other video I watched. What was it? It was like, it was by a creator who made Pokemon videos. Like one of them's called like 10,000 Lions against like Pokemon Sun or something like that, or Pokemon X. He made a video about autism and his life, and he just put a bunch of retro game footage in the background. I remember watching this video. This video is very impactful for me in my life. I remember watching it, and one thing he said there was like, don't like hold back your creativity like because you're like judging it. Like just let the world have it because it might be amazing for other people. And if you hold it back because you don't think it's good, then like other people won't get to benefit from it. That was my takeaway. I apologize if I have paraphrased people incorrectly. These are my takeaways and my like internal processing and paraphrasing of their words. I don't want to like accidentally misattribute someone with something they didn't say. Oops, we're going in here. Go get hidden power. There's also some nice items that you can grab along this way, and you can fight this guy who has good experience yields. Are you a creative sound type, Scott? Maybe. My router is telling me that dig does more damage. It still only had an 81% chance to knock out, so I did not successfully get that. Hyper potion over there. Pretty nice. This is another thing, is like when you're passing through these areas, if you know you need to train, just fight people, because you're here now. It takes very little time to just click a trainer that's right beside you and spend the 10-15 seconds that it takes to knock out all their Pokemon, whereas it'll take a lot longer if you figure out later you need to come back here. Oops. I'll just knock it out. Yeah, I would say like about the stepping on toes things, and like I've definitely accidentally stepped on some toes myself, which I've talked about in the past, but like with stepping on toes, I would say like my perspective as a creator is that like if someone steps on my toes and they're doing a creative thing, my perspective is like I would rather cheer this person on for like just taking the initiative to make something creative. There is a movie reviewer who I have watched for like a decade now, called named Chris Stuckman. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. And I like his policy here, which is kind of like he doesn't like doing a bunch of negative videos anymore because he really wants to like build up creative people in the field, and I think that that's to some extent appropriate. It's like, let's build people up when they're creatives and they're like making stuff and they don't have giant audiences. If it's like, I don't know, for me, it like, I don't completely agree with him because it changes a little bit when it's like Netflix as a production company. It's like your budget is hundreds of millions of dollars. Maybe you should be under slightly higher scrutiny. Like the company, not the individual script writer or that kind of thing. But like the company, I think, should be under higher scrutiny. Or for like someone who has like, I don't know, 200,000 subscribers. Like this person, we should cut them some slack. They're doing their best. Or I would assume they are. But I'm also really optimistic. It's definitely one of my flaws. Alright, so we got hidden power flying. That guy who just popped up gives you the expert belt, or the black belt. I forget what it's called. I always say that. I should probably just look it up on Bulbapedia when I have time. Oh no. Yeah. Kind of messy there. Okay. Also, when I know that I want to train, I usually fight the trainers that are spinners, not because their experience yields are good, but because if I was playing a playthrough, I would probably fight them because they would catch me. And then I would have to adjust from there. Yeah, I'm sure you being so critical of yourself improved your channel as well as those PokeTubers you've inspired and collabed with. Community is very helpful and nice. Yeah, I hope so. That's like my goal. The perfect job interview flaw, too optimistic, yeah. I think like community is like real important, I think. I don't need to do this. I can stop doing this now that I'm catching the Psyduck. I don't have to get the Great Balls here, and I don't have to get the Good Rod. So it saves time to catch the Psyduck. So even if I have like 1 or 2 bad encounters from catching the Psyduck, where I don't get it right away, it's still okay because I'm saving a little bit of time here. Which is like, again, it's not perfect, but it does at least. There is some kind of like, some form of give and take there. Plus then I don't have to get the Dratini, and I can teach Whirlpool and Waterfall at the same time. So other little time saves, all baked into the Psyduck. The Psyduck casserole. Reminds me of that YouTuber or TikToker who does like how I would cook Pokemon. That is a monstrous channel. Monstrous. Wait, okay, actually, I'm curious what everyone thinks. There has to be a balance between Chris Stuckman and Drinker, yeah. Very different perspectives, wow. That's the nice thing as a viewer though, you can, like, we get the chance to, like, reflect on all these perspectives and then make up our own minds, and, yeah. Okay, what do people, did anyone see the leaks? If you saw the leaks, there's gonna be spoilers now, so I'm gonna talk about them. Or what are potentially leaks. Maybe they're not true anymore and people can tell me if they're not true right now. But I'm gonna talk about them in 3, 2, 1. Haunter fainted, not the leak. The leaks are like, they said that they're gonna be like, let's go, was it? Let's go Wooper and let's go Togepi. I don't know. Like, I think that would be awesome. I'm down for Johto games in the Let's Go format. I think that that would be a really nice addition to the series. I think more Let's Go games would be the more the merrier, honestly. Like it just feels like, yes, let's have that. Those have been debunked. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think the mascots made a lot of sense, but I would like to see a Let's Go game. Like a Let's Go game would be great. I would like less to see like 2 releases in the same year. Can we have 1 release every year is enough. We don't need Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl in the same year ever again. I think 1 release a year is probably enough, if not too much. Maybe skip a year, then do like back-to-back years of releases, skip another year. Like that kind of thing would be a good flow in my opinion. Because when the games come out all like close together, like I didn't really feel like I had a chance to like sink into Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl before Legends Arceus came out. Okay, Morty. I don't think I need the Mint Berry here, but I'm going to give it and then I'll just keep it until Chuck. Because I'm pretty sure I just one-hit everything on his team with Dig. The Let's Go games feel more like a simplified version of the core mechanics that we're using in these games. But Legends Arceus feels more like a fundamental change to how the games play. Like Let's Go, there are still a lot of trainer battles and that sort of thing around the region, and you're trying to beat the league, whereas Arceus is like, there is no league, like, it's just very different. Something else we didn't consider here is the Sharp Beak, which will help against Bruno. I can probably do... What? What? Did I get that already? I didn't get that. That's a glitch. That's an ugly glitch. I'm looking into that right after this stream. It's okay. Back to the original plan. Did she already give me the sharp beak, or did I just not get the sharp beak? I don't think that, like, Monica person gave me the sharp beak. Yeah, she did. It's this guy that's got experience yields. Let's go Peekaboo, yeah. The sharp beak will make me KO the Machamp at a lower level. Which gives me more reliable blackout grinding against the league. This person has the Starmie, and then the next person over has the Gyarados. I might be able to pass through the middle here, fight one other trainer that's not quite as efficient, and then fight the person with the, what's it called? The Goldeen and the Seeking, to get all of the good experience in this area. So this is the Gyarados guy. Kind of annoying that I don't one hit, but it's okay. It's good to be learning this about the game now. It'll really improve the videos throughout this year. Okay, so like this guy, we'll fight him. He's not as efficient. Then we'll go north and then fight the people there, which will be that efficient experience. Quillfish. Yeah, but like she appeared, but like she just didn't give it to me. I'm confused. Okay, so this was the other efficient person. And that's not like a... It's a little bit of a detour, but it's not that much of a detour. They all... Those trainers connect quite well together. Not like I have to go down to the bottom or something. Might be better to do it the other way. No, I think this way's better. Okay. Return is better than headbutt now. As you can see, much better. And then hidden power flying is gonna sweep us through here. By the way, my target level here was 35, so we're above the target level, so all this is gonna be one hits, it'll be fine. Which means I can probably back off on being really intense with training, at least at this portion of the game. Or potentially I can use more rare candies. Or less rare candies before Bruno and then save some late game training. Oh, I'm circling one. I'm glad you said that you love those montages. Every time I make them, I'm like, oh, is this gonna hit? Like, I'm not sure if this is gonna do exactly what it needs to do. For a long time, I've been like trying to work with like the artistic problem of how do I describe which trainers I face and be very specific and detailed about it. Like explain why I'm fighting them and explain which ones specifically I'm fighting and communicate the team data and all that. How do I do that really quickly? So that people have the information, but it doesn't bog the video's pacing down. Okay, do not dynamic punch. Yeah, it missed. That works too. It's setting it to Sunday in that route. Is that the wrong day? Okay, we have fly now. This is gonna massively improve progress. So like, oops. It has to be Monday. Okay, can you change that please and push the changes to GitHub? I'll pull it down and confirm later. Tuscany is Tuesday. Get the pink bow. Give that right away so that I have the most time with it for it to pay off. And we'll go grab some quick rare candies. My voice is getting a bit tired if you can tell. So if I sound kind of sleepy or not engaged in the process, I assure you, I love what I am doing. Having so much fun, but I am going to have to just talk in a little bit more of a subdued way to ensure that my voice remains healthy. I did get some feedback on that in December where people were like, wow, you seem like kind of less inspired recently. I was like, well, I can't get super excited all the time, otherwise my voice is just going to continue to take damage. ASMR Scott, that's right. All right. Gyarados time. Sometimes the thing is a bit scary if it goes for Dragon Rage, like, consistently and you can't knock it out quickly, but... By the way, people always wonder, why do you knock it out? Why don't you just run away? The game will not let you run away from that Gyarados. You have to either knock it out or catch it. I keep saying no. I'm like, the input that I'm making is just slightly too fast, so then it says no, because I go down first. Or like, yeah. I'm like, I'm slightly too quickly switching to B, spamming B, so then it just like messes up. Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do as a patch to my ROM is instead of setting the day of the week with the overlay, I'm gonna just build it in so that those people just appear all the time and they'll always give you the items. Because like what I was doing before is like if I want to pick up one of those items, you just save the game, close the game, reset the clock, reload the game, pick up the item. It's like... So there is like an argument to be made that I am favoring Pokemon slightly that don't have to do the saving game screen. So it's like maybe that's like 20 seconds in-game time that a Pokemon that doesn't have to pick up that item saves in comparison to a Pokemon that does have to pick up the item. So that's... I have considered that, but I think in the end it's such a small detail and it's such a huge break in workflow and like streaming flow and all that kind of stuff. Like I have to pause the clock. There's chances for human error there. So I think, yeah, just removing it is the most consistent solution. Yeah, Wesley blocks the Lake of Rage rare candy. So the way I'm going to do it is you can watch, so like the game, everything in the game that is an event that triggers, once you trigger the event, the game needs a way to keep track of it. So this is how it works. So like when you pick up the rare candy, there's a flag that will be set to true. When that flag is set to true, so it's like it's a binary flag, so it's a 0 or a 1. When it's 0, it's false. When it's 1, it's true. When you pick up the hidden rare candy, the flag will be set to true, meaning you can't obtain it anymore, and then the script is disabled. But if you switch it back to false, you can pick up the rare candy infinitely. I have mapped every single flag in the game, so I know where they all are, and I can read and write data from all of them. So I can just watch the flag that is the rare candy, and then when the rare candy has been obtained, turn Wesley on. The powers of programming. It will force a map reload though. So you'll have to like leave the map and then come back to get him. Because like he would never just pop up there. Like that's not how the game works. So you would have to leave the map and then come back to get both of those things. Oh, Wesley. Oh gosh. Great comment. A+. I don't know if I was one-hitting these last time. I'm just gonna dig. Yeah, you can go into the hidden powerhouse, or you can like teleport away and then walk back. Okay, Rocket Bloodline's done. We made it. Oops. Escape rope. Heal. Okay, Price. Let's hope Price is a little bit faster this time. Has the black belt ever been necessary, though? No, but I haven't played the game with a lot of fighting types. The only two so far are Heracross, which is a very, very old video. My time was like 5 hours. That's how bad I was. After I beat the game with Sneasel in like an hour and 30-some minutes today, it's like, the fact that I beat the game with Heracross in 5 hours is just like absurd. But Heracross and Tyrogue, that's it. So, no, it has not been useful yet, but I anticipate that at some point it will be. Maybe with like Machamp or something it's going to want it? Like, or Hitmonlee? The Hitmons, that's going to be fun. I'll do a 3-way versus video for that. The 3-way versus videos are just a lot of work. Like, even a regular versus video, like, I really wish that, like, my channel... So, like, I tend to not think about subscribers very much because it's, like, a vanity metric. It doesn't really matter at all. And I tend to not think about views all that much either. But I really do wish that my channel would get, like, 3 times the views, because if it did, I might be able to make a versus video every week. But right now it's just too much work with only 2 people. Like, I break before the work gets done. I don't need any items for this. This is fine. Maybe I freeze? Hey, crit. Oh, oh my gosh. What a weird fight. I really should have looked into this one more. That was definitely sketchy. Yeah, move pool is 100% more important than stats, especially in Generation 2. Stats can carry you a lot further in Generation 1 because, like I said, you have much more flexible tools at your fingertips. Like, if you are a bad Pokemon, you have good stats but just trash move pool, but you've got like one move that's like really flexible, like a badge boosting move. You can start solving a bunch of problems in really creative ways. But in Gen 2, it's like, if you're Raikou and you have Spark, you're not going to outperform the Pokemon that has Thunder Punch, or it's going to be hard to outperform the Pokemon that has Thunder Punch. Alright, we're doing decent for time right now. 43 minutes here in the radio tower. I'm just gonna get some water. Give me a second. I splashed myself. Oh. Oh, okay. That fight's not sketchy because you don't have some Miracle. Fair enough. Who is at the top of the Gen 2 tier? I think it's Ursaring. I'm pretty sure it's Ursaring. Ursaring is number 1. It's like a powerful normal type that just shreds everything until it gets to red, and then it has kind of a rough time, and it would definitely be... It would be outstanding if Ursaring was better against red. If it was a normal ground type, it would be the best Pokemon. I think it would beat Mewtwo. It's like so good. It's ridiculous when you just start with a good normal type move and you just like shred the game. It also gets, I think it gets all the punches. So it's just like, it's set. It just has everything it needs. Yeah, I do want to do an Ursaluna backport. Although I don't think the Ursaluna will be a stream. I think it will be a proper video. You think Lickitung will do great in Gen 2? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think is it medium slow growth rate or medium fast? I don't remember. It's not fast, even though it's pink. By the way, Ice Punch does slightly more damage to these Pokemon. It does the most damage out of all my moves, which is hilarious. slightly more than dig. Did I get the elixir? I hope I got the elixir. Going down here with the pretense that I got the elixir. Got the elixir. The elixir there saves you the heal. Hidden goldenrod. I think it probably doesn't matter. It's probably just as fast to do it either way in the end, but... Okay. See, like, this was the first time that I thought about Shadow Ball. That's sad. It's a cool move, but, like, it's just not that useful. Let's think about that a little bit more in depth. What is Shadow Ball really good against? Ghost types. Okay, there aren't very many ghost types in the game. What else is Shadow Ball really good against? It's really good against psychic types. Okay. The psychic types that are in the game, well, there aren't any prominent ones in Johto until we get to Will. And of the psychic types, most of them have really bad defense stats. So just using any physical move tends to be enough, so you don't really need a super effective move in the form of Shadow Ball. It's like it's really funny to me. They introduced like a better ghost type move in Generation 2. They also fixed the interaction between the ghost and the psychic type, because they're like, wow, the psychic type is way too good. But then at the same time, because they did so many other things with the game, the psychic type, and because of the psychic type's low defense stat, the ghost type moves are just not really that useful anyways. Like, Return is going to one-hit any Alakazam you come across with pretty much every Pokemon you're using it with. Unless it sets up a Reflect. Then it might change. Then Shadow Ball might have the edge. Yeah, like, Will's Slowbro is probably the one Pokemon that, like, yeah, of course, if you use Shadow Ball, it's going to be better. But it still might survive a Shadow Ball because it's quite bulky. And, like, I've made peace with the fact that I'm going to two-shot Will's Slowbro. I think trying to one-shot it is, like, you're looking for trouble if you're going to level up too much or something like that. Waste time. Poison should have resisted Psychic. I'll fight anyone that disagrees. Poison should have... I think Poison also should be better offensively. At least that's how I feel playing a lot of Gen 2. Like, when I get Sludge Bomb, it's, like, not useful. I'm immediately just like, okay, well, the Pokemon gets Sludge Bomb, that's cool. But I'm not going to use it. Oh, Churro. We have a new foster cat right now, so Churro can unfortunately not come in. He's just going to cry at the door. Poor guy. Yeah. Oh, my vitamins showed up. That's fun. I'm sorry, Churro. Oh, I already had one. Sad. Sure. I'll take less damage from Charizards. No! Did I use all the other ones on the... No, I didn't. Okay. Well, the Oddish got a little bit more buff. Yeah, Sludge Bomb when you're a poison type is actually a decent substitute for Return against Red. That's nice. We saw that with my Venomoth stream the other day. Selling Shadow Ball seems like a bold move. No, it's going to be fine. Return is really good. Wait, what was the question? Something that gets the punches, good attacking stats, stab return, and not some low external X. Yeah, Like, Ursaring fits most of that except the slow part, because it's pretty slow. It's like an unfortunate speed. If it had 15 more speed, it would be way better. That's like the one fix that I would make to it. I would make it faster. I think that faster Ursaring would be just like outrageous. But then it would have everything, so then it's not balanced. I don't know what's going to be the best normal type in the game. Maybe we'll have to do a season to figure that out. Of course, not all normal types, but gotta have a theme for the year. Yeah. I have a strong feeling that Kangaskhan is going to do extremely well. I know that Squidgy, I have not seen the video, but I know that Squidgy has got really good results with Kangaskhan in the past. I can see myself also getting really good results with Kangaskhan. I'm not sure what else is going to be able to do better. Like, it has medium slow growth rate. Just that alone is like, that's enough to carry it throughout most of the game. Its stats are very good. They're more than enough to be getting one hits pretty much everywhere in this game. So, yeah, I think Kangaskhan is gonna be really good. Yeah, Comet Punch is annoying, but at least you don't have to face Brock. Like, Kangaskhan would be way better if it was, Kangaskhan would be way better in Gen 1 if it started with like an actual fighting type move. Kangaskhan is medium fast? Oh, it's medium fast. Yeah, you're right. Tauros is medium. Tauros is slow, and I did Kangaskhan versus Tauros, and I always just think that Kangaskhan has the best growth rate because it was like really good within that pairing. Yeah, okay, medium fast. Apologies. Yeah, slow is so painful. What was I playing the other day that had a slow growth rate and it's just like, oh yeah, I remember. I can't say. Sorry. I play a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I never talk about until the videos come out, just so you're aware. Because I want there to be some surprise. Like, you should feel like if you check my channel every day, the day that the video comes out, like, at least 2 out of 3 videos should be like, ooh, that's a surprise. I didn't think he was going to do that. I feel like I love that moment where, like, a creator that I like puts something out and I'm like, oh, I didn't think they were going to talk about, like, this Star Wars movie or whatever. Like, that's a nice moment. So I want to be able to, like, give that to people if possible. Huh. I should do like a giant video at some point in the future where I do like, I backport every single Mega Evolution and then I like play the game with all the Mega Evolutions and do like a giant like round robin style versus video with every Mega Evolution. Just like decide to take off 2 months and like make a 10-hour video. I think about that all the time, by the way. Like, I want to do one project like that. Like, what's his name? It's like Shugals or something? I don't know. I'm going to get that wrong. But, like, it used to be Shaymay, I believe. There's like a 7-hour video of Omega Ruby. And then he did an 11-hour video of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I've watched the Ruby video, like, 7 times. And I've watched the Brilliant Diamond one once now. But I'm sure I'll go back and watch it again. I love that kind of like huge Titanic content. When it's well done. Like, it needs to be like actually a produced video. Like watching like a 5-hour video of someone's stream, unless I'm like really interested in it, I'm not going to do it. Like, I will watch stream archives of solo runs, but that's because it's like, this is my life. And I appreciate each and every one of you that's currently watching this as a VOD. Yes, this is time traveling, Scott. I channeled the powers of Celebi. Did we do Gen 2 Slowbro Net? No, because I feel like that one needs to be with Slowking. I feel like the Poliwrath, Politoad, and Slowbro, Slowking, Vileplume, Blossom, like I feel like those need to kind of be paired together. There's some problems with that as a format. I am aware of them, but I still do think that that is eventually going to be the videos that I make. I strongly feel that I want to make versus videos of Pokemon that are thematically related together, not necessarily versus videos of Pokemon that perform similarly. So like, for example, Vanman, when he was still making a bunch of videos, he was always pairing Pokemon together that he felt would perform similarly, rather than Pokemon that are thematically related. So like, he paired Gyarados with Alakazam in Red and Blue. And that's like, that's one way of approaching it, but that's not how I like to approach it. I approach it that way if I've already run the Pokemon and I feel like I need to take a fresh perspective on them. So for example, I had already done Tauros vs Kangaskhan, so I paired Tauros with a different Pokemon, which is currently unknown. And then I did a Kangaskhan video where I did a Kangaskhan comparison between Yellow and Red, which was actually a lot more interesting than I was expecting. The results of that one surprised me. But it's very similar, like, the factor is very similar to the Rayquaza stream that I did yesterday. At some point this year, I'm going to experiment with starting to remove rare candies from my route to save time. Like, how much time do we save by not getting this rare candy? Like, we might save enough time that it's not worth it to get it, and we just, like, go through the game and beat Red at a slightly lower level. That's not the case for Sneasel. Sneasel needs these levels because we gotta finish the game at a very high level, so picking up rare candies is paramount. I almost started singing the 20th Century Fox song. Was it like the... No, that's Disney. Oh my gosh. My brain. Totally failed there. It's like 20th Century Fox. Actually, playing in my head was like the da-na-na-na-na-na-na, the Disney song. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, those two candies are the most out of the way. Mount Mortar's not as bad. Yeah. That one's the 20th Century Fox one. Can you tell that I struggled with ear training class in music school? Okay, let's fight people. We gotta get levels now. This is the time. Remember, I beat the league at like 117 last time, so like we're like very ahead of pace if I like spend 5 minutes here training and then I go into the league. Because we know we're gonna get through the league more consistently than last time. So we're ahead of pace. We're saving time. It's going to be... I think we're in a really strong position right now. We have no resets. Like, this run is going very well. I always root in Megan since I don't want to dodge her. If you just press down, you will always dodge her. If you're walking. I don't know if you can bike through that door. But yeah, if you just press down, you'll dodge her. At least going one direction. You will not dodge her the other direction. You have to dodge her then manually. Oh yeah, Farigiraf. I want to backport that one. That one's going to be fun. Fix the sharp beak. Gotta check other items. Okay. Whoa. Wait. Okay, it's wrong. If it's wrong within the code, then that's fine. I just wonder if it's... the way the time is stored in this game is very weird. they store the start time based on the internal clock of the Game Boy, because the Game Boy's internal clock needs to always be running. So then they use an offset from it to determine what the clock time is within the game. Like the clock time, not the like game time. There's two types of time within the game. Clock time and game time. They're not the same. Which is like just so confusing. Oh. With a new generation Venomoth attempt, that would be fun. Okay, I'm level 55 right now. I need like 7 candies is 62 right now, but I'm going to gain levels throughout the league, so we're getting very close to what we need. And I might not even have to do any additional. Right, like I might get through the league on my first attempt. I'm trying to think if I should pick up the max elixir. I think I'll skip it. I don't think I need it. I think it wastes a little bit more time if you absolutely don't need it. In second playthroughs, that is. I think in first playthroughs, it's the safe choice to always pick it up. In case you use an elixir, then you have to black out during the league, and then you're like, oh, I'm really needing an extra elixir. Okay, so like, let's talk about Sneasel. Good speed, excellent for a solo run because you want to be moving first. The fact that it gets the coverage moves it gets, like Dig, which helps against fire types, and like here's an example of that, the Typhlosion, Dig, one hit, easy. It also helps against the Magneton, which is just fantastic. Ice Punch is decently useful because its base power is pretty high. Because of that, I actually think that Sneasel is, you know, this thing is decent for a solo run. It's not amazing because it does need to do a lot of training, as we're seeing, to defeat Red in a consistent way, but it's not nearly as bad as like the physical special split suggests that it should be. Because like this thing, 35 special attack and 2 specials types. No. Why didn't Gen 4 did they make it so you can't reorder your moves while in battle? That's one of the biggest frustrations I have with those games. Let's upgrade this system so that the player can't customize it when they are using it. What? Weird choice. Very weird choice. Okay. Let's go, Will. Level 56. I only have Return because I don't have Shadow Ball this time, but check this out. Return 1 hits. Return 1 hits. Return 1 hits? Do we keep going? Probably not. Because we're going to get Slowbro next, and it's going to 2-hit. Yep. And then we'll 2-hit the Executor, probably. I think I should have used Hidden Power flying there. Yeah, there's like... I still get comments about that, like reordering my moves, where... I still did not know, or some people still did not know that they could do that in the middle of a battle in Gen 1. Until they, like, I've had comments where people are like, wait, what? You can do that, like, in the middle of a battle? Yes, you can. Hey, Hidden Power gives a little bit more oomph against the Fortress, so it takes less turns. That's nice. Probably this. Set up a bunch. It's telling me Ice Punch does more damage and it has a chance to freeze, so I'm going for it. Okay. Toxic can get bad when it stacks up Double Team. I was paced compared to last time, it's very good. Beat the league at 117 last time. Maybe almost 118. Okay, where are we at? 57? I think we save here, but I think we just fight Bruno without candies, and then we do the league one more time. I think that's what we do here. If the Machamp misses cross chop, then we might get a win. But it's fine if we have the one blackout at this point. That Mach Punch hits so hard. Okay. Let's see. Gonna miss? Nope. Fine. This is basically preemptive training for red. And remember, my overlay is tracking blackouts, but we can't see them. But that was the first blackout. $59. No, I saved. I want the experience. So blocking out lets me keep all the experience from the league and then fight the trainers again. So that I'll be a higher level by the time I get to Bruno. I didn't want to use my rare candies because I was about to level up. And leveling up, like, I would rather have the extra level. Yeah. Yeah, the goal level for Bruno is 63. And if I save rare candies, then I have to train less in Kanto. We'll just do what they tell me to do here. Oh. By the way, if you get toxicked and you're poisoned, Koga's AI will spam double team. It's like programmed to be like, okay, I should like mess with my stats as much as possible. Like unfortunate. I think I'm gonna rare candy over this experience. It's 4. Yeah. Because 4 is not too many. I'll have the one hit on the Machamp now. At least that's how we planned it, so let's see. Are we gonna one hit the Machamp? Yep, we are. Let's go. Bye-bye. Okay, pretty good, honestly. Okay, and now Karen. This is another thing. Karen would be potentially a little bit more difficult at a lower level. So if we're trying to squeeze through Bruno at a lower level, but I don't know. This fight's kind of awful anyways because the sand attack from the Umbreon, if you can't one-hit it, but it doesn't make sense to play for the one-hit on the Umbreon. That's just like so Oh, the spite use from the Gengar. That is annoying. Well, okay. The curse to knock itself out. Lovely. Should have kept trying to PP stall me. She might have won if she did that, but she didn't. Okay. Yeah, Destiny Bond. What is the AI around the Gengar using Destiny Bond, Snowy? Do you know? Because it seems very erratic to me. Like, I can never anticipate when it's going to go for Destiny Bond. We want the Never Melt Ice to ensure that we won't hit the Aerodactyl and don't get hit by Rock Slide. We're going to 2-hit the Gyarados, then he's going to send in Charizard. We should 2-hit it, I think. Unless we get lucky with the damage range. What is the damage range? No, we're going to 2-hit the Charizard no matter what. Just barely, but no matter what. Unless I crit, I guess. It's a 9% chance. So a regular damage roll can actually knock it out, but it's just unlikely. But it's a guarantee on the Aerodactyl at this level. And all the Dragonites. Doesn't it Destiny Bond if it's at low health? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Okay. Metal Claw at 65. That's ridiculous. What a bad move to learn that late in the game. Last time I was a bit slow on this reset, so I'll do it faster this time. There we go. Okay. Off towards Kanto. Not gonna fly to Goldenrod because I know I don't need the tutor moves. By the way, this is why I don't like depositing my HM users. This time loss is kind of frustrating. Because you have both the deposit and withdraw time and then that time. And then sometimes you withdraw the egg like that. But you can still get everyone in your party. No, I'm going to deposit the egg. It's going to hatch and make me frustrated. Okay. Okay. Boat. Wow, I've never talked to that guy before. Ooh. Pathing's not great. Yeah. Just to reiterate, I did say at the beginning that anyone who says, when's the next video coming out? Everyone was supposed to mention what happened. Yeah, the next content is coming. We are working on it, but there have been, like, the amount of tech problems I have had and life problems has kind of been unreal. Like, my furnace broke. I had to get a new furnace. And then there was, like, a whole bunch of overlay problems, so I couldn't film content for various reasons in different games. So I had to make sure that we were doing updates to all of those softwares so that I could film those games again. That took like 2 weeks of time to get everything back to like running on Generation 1 and 2. Then Austin has been very, very helpful in fixing the Generation 3 overlay, and now helping with getting Fire Red ported into it. Luckily, the Gen 4 one is still working, so. I just didn't really want to start the year with a Gen 4 run, because we had like 7 at the end of the year. But I wanted to start the year with a really big video. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So there'll be a big video like 3 videos into the year. Maybe a little bit further. But I think the wait will be worth it. And just for future, I don't think, like, I'm not going to promise anything, but I don't think next year I'm going to take a month off in January. Like, I was, like, reflecting on this with my wife, and it just feels like such a mistake. Like, I really thrive on, like, being in the process and just having, like, so much, like, momentum towards what I'm doing. And I feel like I kind of just dropped the momentum and then bit off way more than I could chew in terms of programming. Then about 3 weeks in, I panicked and went like, oh, I guess I got to hire a programmer. So then I hired a programmer, but then, like, he's got to get onboarded and learn everything. And it's like, it's going to take time to have productive results out of that. So it was just like, I learned a lot of things from it. It's been great, a great growth process, but I definitely, next year, I think I'll just, like, December will end. I'll probably take 1 week off of releases just to, like, catch up again. And then we'll be right back into things. Can we get a Sunflora video? I have already filmed my first run with Sunflora, so the answer is yes. Oh, everyone else, you want to see something funny, go and look up Gen 1 Seeking back sprite. Just saying. It's a silly one. Any special releases on Valentine's Day? Depending on how tomorrow goes, Valentine's Day might be the first release of the year. There will be a video on Valentine's Day. 100%. Yeah, love is what will bring the content back. Exactly. Yeah, I have thought about doing glitch mons. I want to do glitch mons eventually, but I want to have like a really good sense for like what that series is going to look like, and I want to take my time. I don't want to just like start doing all the stuff because I can. And I don't really want to like dabble. I'm not really like a dabbly person. Like, oh, I'll make one video about a glitch mon, and then I'll make one video in Crystal, and I'll do like a trade evolutions video in Generation 5. Like, this is like, to me that feels very like Madrybread in terms of like approach and style. And that just doesn't feel like very authentic to me. Like, my authentic approach is like, I'm just gonna like dive in, and I'm going to make something that is like a longer series. So like, if I start a Glitchmon series, I want to have a feeling that I know kind of where it's going. Will I ever do a run of Heart Gold? Yeah, I'll do a run of every game eventually. As long as everyone keeps showing up and keeps enjoying the videos and I'm having a good time, there's going to still be videos, so. Slowly and surely, I'm going to add more games to the channel. This year, though, I do have to say, I have slightly noticed that the amount of content, like the amount of games that I'm playing at the current time, it's starting to get to that point where it's like, maybe I shouldn't add a new game this year. I've been thinking about that. How about I didn't go in the center? Yeah, okay. Did I fix the generator? I'm like having some like brain blanks here. If I did, this will be the first like brain fart mistake. No, I didn't. Okay, good. I'm gonna remember to get the radio card this time so that I only fly to Vermilion once. That was a small mistake last time. I was just finishing the league last run, I know. I think missing no on February 29th would be funny. Why February 29th? I don't actually know why that date is important to it. Is that like the Pokemon anniversary or something? I think it's Pokemon anniversary. One game each day of the week. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I think about this all the time. Oh yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Because February 29th is a leap year, that's right. It's like 27th or something, that's the Pokemon anniversary. Okay. Surge is defeated. Oops. We're gonna once again go up against the Beedrill guy. As known by Squidgy, 3-drill. Hopefully he doesn't get me. Okay. You can just get by him that way. I don't know why I'm like overthinking him so much and like being like, I have to walk by him. Like, it's really hard. Just like use the menu. He'll pause his motion, then you figure out where he is and you walk by him. It's so simple. I don't know why I'm not going to make a fuss about him anymore. He's fine. I got to get the bonk counter in all my games also. We just, I don't think we have any bonk tech for Generation 3 though. So we will have to figure out how we're going to track bonks in Gen 3. Because we likely can't do it at the current moment. It's only Gen 1 and 2 right now where we have bonk tech. Because like we have to go into the game and add a function that every time I do a bonk, it like accumulates into a counter that is stored somewhere else in the game. Then we have to find all the functions that are corresponding with bonking against walls and then add it into there. Ow! Ooh. I almost no-brained that one. Oh, but like Snowy told me that if you just walk straight down, he never catches you. Mock bike. Yeah. I kind of want to do a playthrough where I force myself to ride the mock bike the entire time. I don't know why. It just sounds so funny. This is like a good April Fool's Day video. I play Gen 3, but it's 8 times speed, and I have to ride the mock bike. I don't get to see the battle text or something like that. Like, all the battle, the whole turn just happens in one frame, so you have no idea what happened. Like, try to make the game as fast as possible so that it is completely unplayable. That sounds like fun! This time I'm just going to use dig. I should use dig here last time. So silly. Let's go. Okay. We're gonna have 6 rare candies. We're level 69 right now. We're gonna need to do a little bit more training somewhere. I'm gonna fight some people in Janine's gym. They got like fully evolved Nidoqueens and stuff. Because blue's gonna get me 1 level. So I should be good if I fight. Let's fight like 2 people here. I played Pokemon Emerald with the bike. I played Pokemon Emerald on the mock bike, but collisions were disabled. Imagine this. Because when you go off the map, the game crashes. But you'd have to like perfectly position yourself so that like you can go through doors and stuff, because the events will still be on the correct tiles, but like you'd like run in a straight line and go through the wrong door. It's just sitting there in the middle of the map. Ah. Okay. Blue. Let's focus on the run now. So Sneasel has come this far, but I think that we are not going to have any problems here. It was not a problem last time. Blue tends to not be the issue. It tends to be red, who's much more challenging. Okay, Ice Punch. This is like a 79% chance to one hit. And from there, we have the Arcanine. I'm going to dig on it. It'll hit me once, but unless it crits, I should be fine. And I can buy time here with dig. It'll work. Oh, that's bad. Okay. First reset. Interesting. Okay. So I know what happened there. I'll show you. Here, Arcanine. Return, then dig. Oh, it did too much. Why did it do so much? Okay, well, he didn't full restore this time. I thought he was going to full restore again, like, because I think I was doing a little bit more too much damage with dig, so he put it in full restore range, and then he full restored, and that was what got me. So I needed to do less damage, which is why I went for return right away. Yeah, I'm like, in this case, fighting blue at a slightly lower level apparently is actually better. Stop. He's wasting so much time just using full restores. I'm fairly certain Ice Punch wouldn't one hit the Executor. Yeah, it won't. Okay. It does. It has a 23.4% chance, but not guaranteed. Hidden Power is definitely the worst choice, though. I should have been going for Ice Punch, because it could also freeze. Okay. Yeah, I always wondered why the gym looked like it was full of Lego. It does look like it's full of Lego. So I need one more level. Kind of an unfortunate amount of levels to need. Hey, knock this thing out. Good experience. Sneasel levels up decently fast though. It'll be fine. Isn't it the Pokeballs he collected? Is it? That's such an awesome theme. If that's what it is, that's awesome. I never thought about it that way, but I love that. I don't know if we're going to do sub 130. Because the Snorlax is probably going to crit me once or twice. And cause some resets. And I'm likely going to have some resets against the Charizard. Plus, I feel like I do need to get these levels. And like, there aren't really good trainers to go and fight right now. Like, going and doing a league run is going to take more time than just grinding this one level in the wild. I'm doing it out here because I don't want to go into the cave and then run out of PB before facing red and then have to escape rope out or dig out. That's going to waste more time. Fight Cal. I could fight Cal, yeah. I think I'm a little bit past that though. I think it'll still be faster to stay here. Maybe if I had remembered that like a minute ago, it would have been better. I think there's one more elixir that we have. I think. I'm not sure. There might be a max elixir. This should get us what we need. Yep, 72. Okay. No! No way! No way! Are you kidding me? What? That is awesome! Oh my gosh, I got chills. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Live. That's the first time it's happened live. Second time ever in my life. Yes. That's sweet. Oh my gosh. This whole run is just worth it just for that. Doesn't actually matter what my other move is. Okay, red, here we go. Okay. Legit Russ is super rare. Yeah, I know. That's awesome. It's so cool that we got that. Okay, please. Oh, no. No, well, that's that. I never thought about burn as a possible lost condition. Yeah, this is actually the perfect time to get it, because if I got it earlier in the run would be invalid because you can't just rely on Pokerus to win the game. I think next time, if I did this again, which, oh no, why did you not amnesia? Why did you not amnesia? I was relying on the fact that he was not amnesiaing there. What? So what happened is I got Pokerus. It's like a 1 in like 22,000 event or something. Your Pokemon catches the Pokerus virus. Okay, please amnesia. What? What is happening? I am a higher level than last time. Why is it not amnesiaing? Okay, well, I guess... Does he know of the Russ? I don't think he does. Come on. The Russ. I kept dig so I can use it against the Snorlax. Do I curse and then outspeed it? Let's see. Oh, yes. Okay. If we get enough health through the Snorlax, we can curse once, and then maybe it'll use Amnesia now. Why is it not using Amnesia? That's really frustrating, but I think we're still fine as long as it doesn't crit. Again, if it crits, like we're going to lose anyways if it crits, and I'm not at full health, but... I'm going to heal. Don't want to test that. Well, I'm high health, so I can push it a little bit further. Oh, I didn't need to actually. I only need +4. We went through that before. Small mistake there. Sorry. Yes, finally Amnesia. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna sweep. We're gonna clock in. It's gonna be like 132. Not bad. Not bad. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get under under 132. We can do it. We can still do it. We can still do it. Come on, 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 come on. No. I'm gonna do it. Okay. So 132 even for Sneasel. 5 resets, level 78. I think like this was a decent run. I'm pretty happy with this run. It's not a terrible Pokemon, but it's not an amazing Pokemon. I think like if Sneasel had a little bit worse attack, like imagine if they switched out like 15 attack for like slightly more special defense and speed. This thing would be awful. Like it would genuinely need to go to like level 85 or something like that to win. But just because it has enough attack, it's able to get through red at like a decently low level. Although I think one way to make it better would actually be just like make its special attack worse, like 15 or something, and give it more attack. Then it would be like very, very, very centralized in the attack stat, and you would be able to get through red at a lower level. But yeah. Definitely sub 130 is possible here. No question in my mind. Let's see what like the improvement is between these two playthroughs. So I'll just read it out. Wait, all right. So first one was 137.50 and then second one was 132. Honestly, not a huge difference between the two runs. Only 2 levels and 1 reset difference, so like it played very consistently between the two. I think the second one felt much better. It felt more consistent, that kind of thing. All the resets were quicker. I knew what I was doing, and I did shave like 5 and a bit minutes off the run, so success, but not a major success. My voice is pretty tired. I hope you've all had fun. This has been great. Just so you're aware, every Thursday for the rest of every Thursday for the rest of February, I will be streaming. So next week we are going to go back to yellow version. I'm going to stream 3 yellow runs for the next 3 weeks. We are going to do redos of Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon. It's going to be really fun. I definitely need to re-rank those with my better mid-game routing, so we're going to do that and get them better placements on the tier list. I'm sure all of them are going to get upgrades. Especially Jolteon. Then, hopefully, starting this Saturday, there will be a produced video every week for the remainder of the year. At least. If there is ever not a video on Saturday, just assume that it's going to be like a day late or a couple hours late. But normally you should be expecting 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Thursdays for streams and 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Saturdays for produced videos. Thanks everyone for hanging out. This was great. If you made it this far, you're incredible. I'll see you in my next stream.